Oh, I just noticed. I didn't notice all of these messages popped up. I had a different tab on OBS open. So we got Glock, Brett, Starlight Teacups, Ahuvati, if I said that correctly, and then Harley. Nice to see y'all. You're probably confused. Yeah, I will reveal it when I'm good and ready. DDR Kaiden. Is there a Kaiden? Wait. I thought there was already a... Unless I'm just misreading it. Wait, that's not the website that I wanted. I will reveal the new thingy when I'm good and ready, as I just said. Konbanwa. Give me one moment, though. How in the world... Yeah, hello. Give me one moment. Ahu. Okay, that's nice. What was I... Oh. No, I was about to look up something. Really? Of course. Trying to scroll through this and it won't let me. Because this is... Hold on. Where is it? Oh, found it. It's the Dawn rankings. Which one is Kaiden again? Is it Grandmaster? Technically, I have Step Dragon. At least on singles. I have thought about doing Step Legend, but I just don't want to do those 3 songs. I'm fine with Egoism 19, but Digitalizer, I haven't played that in a while. And New Millennium, that New Millennium is tiring as hell. You just got the stuff you need for your cats and their fleas, you're hoping. Ultra, okay. Yeah, I noticed that we have quite a lot of people here. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, True Step Legend, that's not happening. I'm not, I don't have Step, I'm at Step Dragon as of right now. I don't think I'll be getting Step Legend anytime soon unless my stamina improves, like, at least maybe 5-fold, 10-fold at most. Trying to compare which... Okay, yeah, Kaiden is Grandmaster. I'm at... Yeah. You had a great day swimming. Yeah. Yeah, the cats... Yeah, everyone put your praises in for Pinnacle's cats. The way the list starts off with Lacrima's messed up. That's the... Wait. Are we looking at the same? Are we still talking about DDR World's Dawn courses? Because the A3's Kaiden course starts with Lacrima. DDR World's Kaiden course is Trip Machine Evolution, Possession, and Fascination Max. Then... Step Legend. Step Legend double singles is Digitalizer 18, New Millennium 18, and Egoism 19. And then True Step Legend is Max 360, Whole, and Endymion, all 19s. And then the doubles, Step Legend is World Ends Now, Paranoia Hades, and Possession. And then True Step Legend is Valakwa, Steps for Victory, and Paranoia Revolution. Thank you for the kitty cats, Ahu. I think you're confusing them for the A3's Dawn courses, which A3's Kaiden was Lacrima, OTP, Valkyrie, and Endymion, and then the doubles is Blew My Mind, Tohoku, Valkyrie, and Possession. Hello, Glock. Still waiting for... Now. But don't worry, I have it ready. It's just... Technically, it's not quite done, but as indicated by the title of the stream, I can only wait so much. We can basically consider it to be 0.9 at best. I have to make sure that it's positioned in a way that I'm not doing this all day with my head. I have to make sure that I'm pointing more downwards, which if I slouch like this while sitting on my chair and then I reset it like this, then it's less likely for me to have to do it like that. Like, I could show you what I'm... But I will... So yeah, give me some time. Alright. I hope everyone is doing alright today. If you're having a good night or day, depending on what part of the world that you live in. Yep. Yeah, I was watching some random Zelda videos. I also made quite a bit of money today at work. Got some good, decent tips. I don't really know how much I made, but... What's good? Oh, here, Jack. What you doing? Yeah, I'll reveal Jack, I'll reveal it in a moment. I already mentioned that it's not really that substantial of a difference. I mean, it depends on whether or not you're into that kind of thing. You're very happy today. Yep. Although, yeah, I had a pretty good day as well, but I did mess up one of the orders I was supposed to deliver. I cut two of the pizzas wrong. Two of them, they were supposed to be square cut, and I instinctively cut them into triangles, and so they had to remake them. But then one of those remakes had the wrong toppings, so we had to remake the remake, which is a waste of dough. So but that was the only real slip up. Aside from that, there were a lot of double orders, where basically you'd go to two locations on your route, but they have to be on the way to each other, and they have to be like a few minutes apart. Otherwise, someone else would have to take the deliveries. Thankfully, we were kind of all hands on deck at the time, but yeah. So anyway, with the new outfit, I am going to be using different music as well as a different backdrop. Now, there was one set of music that I wanted to use, but I couldn't quite get it to work properly. But I do have... Someone mentioned it on stream yesterday after the DDR session was done. It said jazzy music and whatever, and I'm like... I wouldn't describe Castle Oblivion as jazzy. And then I realized it was the other music that I had that I was going to save for tonight. But good thing about rejects, you get to eat them since they're not going to be thrown up. Yeah, well, it's still a waste of money. Apparently, we lose hundreds of dollars due to having to remake pizzas. So, it's still very costly for us. At least from what the shift managers have said during that time. I don't know if any other... And then there's also, like, maybe someone just simply doesn't show up to pick it up. So that could happen. But they paid for it. If they didn't show up, then that's their problem. But yeah, I have this other set of music. And then I have another, like, backdrop. I might have to move this down, though. If anyone would have any recommendations, let's see. So, are we ready? I'll let you guys inform me if we're ready. I have quite a few things that we can look at, including one that I think Brett would enjoy about water parks. I think he would enjoy that. And then I have a few other miscellaneous things. And then we still have that Odysseus video that we gotta finish. We could probably start with that, just so we can at least get it finished. Dr. Cortex makes an announcement. No, not like that. God dang it. I see. Is this a parody of the parody? There's been times where you didn't listen to your driver when you were still working at UPS. Your mistakes could have gotten you hurt badly from aggressive dogs. Beware of dog. All I can say. Hola. No, I can tell based on the background of the thumbnail that this is based on that Shadow the Hedgehog being a bitch-ass motherfucker who done peed on Eggman's wife. So Eggman decided to piss on the fucking moon, Obama, you idiot. Alright. Oh, Malmakan Appa. I almost forgot that. I actually saw the first, Jackal actually recommended that months ago. We took a look at, like, the first episode. I can't remember exactly what happens, but we can definitely take a look at the second episode as well. But anyway, I think it's about time that I showed this off. But let me make sure that I am properly seated for this. I want to make sure that my head is not tilted this far back because it'll cause a visual glitch that No. Yes, he did, actually. I almost misread that. Yes, I saw that, Brett. I already looked it up. I have it up on the search. The second episode is the Hello, Rodi. But, well, now that everyone's here, hold on, I gotta fix this again. I don't like this head tilting. Alright, let's go ahead. Here. I may as well show it off now. I mean, it's not a maid outfit, I can guarantee that much. I might make that a... If I'm able to get membership set up, we can have that be a membership goal more than anything, but... Here we go. You guys like it? Here, I'll show off the whole thing. I'm a raccoon in a trench coat now, which anyone who's kept up with my channel will know what this is inspired by. So, yeah. Very snazzy. I mean, it's missing. I mean, obviously, there might be some things that, for some people, it might be missing something like a fedora, but it's based on to anyone who's kept up will know exactly what it's referring to. Hold on, let me fix this real quick before, because I want to make sure that it's properly set up. There we go. Yo! Oh, you mean like the Japanese yo? Yeah, is that me? Wait. Yeah, you like the cameo? Wait. Yes, the tail. Unfortunately, the tail isn't animated. The guy that made my model will share the files with me so that way I can tinker around with it on my own. Basically, the thing that prevented me from revealing it earlier is that if I tilt my head back, there's this little glitch that happens around the chest. I don't know why it's doing that or why it's been doing that. Buen traje. But, I had to modify a certain setting within the VC Face app in order to reduce the possibility of it happening, and it's the mouth size reduction. I increased it to like 30, so that now my mouth movement as I'm speaking, it only happens when the speaking animation is happening. So I had to reduce that in particular. And that looks a little weird. Yeah, that's what I noticed as well. They were on a business trip the whole time. When they get back and when they're able to share the files with me, or I'm going to ask them to make the outfit a little wider, I guess, because I did notice the neck looking a little weird. So but the only way to fix that is through Blender specifically. You can't, apparently you can't really do that through Unity. But I'm going to ask him to make the outfit a little wider so it doesn't look so, you know, tight, I guess. And so to prevent this weird chest puffing. So, yeah, it's gonna... And I'm willing to pay more money just to fix that, which is why I'm going to call it... This will be 0.9 at most. This isn't necessarily 1.0. Once I get it to my liking, then it'll be 1.0. This is 0.9. Well, actually, the original outfit that I was wearing is 1.0. This is 1.9, if anything, if I'm being realistic. But there it is. This was several months in the making because there were a whole lot of other circumstances that happened. Like I had wanted to get like the facial expressions, which was taking a long time, but unfortunately I just can't get them to work properly, and so I asked him just to focus on this in particular, playing dress up with virtual dolls. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think there's something that I could do is that I have a little accessory, I think. What is it? Oh, they're called props. VC Face allows props. I could ask him to make something like a fedora, something like that. Or even a little cigarette prop, although I wouldn't want to promote smoking like that, even if it is just for show. But yeah, a hat would look really nice. At least one that I can toggle on and off. Yeah. We could get a hat. I'll ask him if he can make a hat accessory. I don't exactly know how the props work on VC Face, but better late than never to learn, I guess. Which, oh yeah, I have to switch the music too. Here we go. I've decided that I wanted the chatting music here to be the Magma theme from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which, if you know what the Magmas are, well, yeah, that's about it. And then for the reacting section, I found a noir style playlist, music playlist that I downloaded, and it'll be playing in the background. So yeah, we're gonna be investigating videos. We're not gonna react to videos. We're gonna investigate videos and analyze them to the nth degree. Except I'm not that great with a boater hat would work with the suit. Let me make sure, let me refresh myself on what that actually is. Ah, yes, that kind. Flat-crowned summer hats traditionally made from stiff senet straw and finished with cross-grain ribbon. I'm guessing one that's like, what color should it be, if anything? Should it be black? Should it be... No, if I decide to get myself, I could get 2 hats at the very least, or at least I can try to do something like that. Another thing that I want to do is I want to make the tie animate on its own as a separate like asset, the way that the hair floofs floof around basically. I kind of want to try to do something like that, which might take a little more time, but all the more reason to call this 1.9 instead of just 2.0. But a party hat. Unless, of course, I can download stuff for VC Face. Maybe I could look one up. Props, yes. Either that or I don't know if... Yeah, apparently they sell them on Etsy, because of course they do. For someone's birthday party. That would be fun. Colorful, tentacle throwables, VTube studio bundle for Twitch or Discord. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. And a buff cat VTuber model for 30 bucks. Yeah, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. I'm sure I can ask the guy that made my model to make some hats for me that I can toggle on and off. I doubt that it would be that hard to do. But yeah, a boater hat and a fedora. That's what we'll get. I thought I needed this. I thought I needed my jacket over here. But yeah. Let me fix this. You like the suit? Humana, humana, yes. I'm very... A buff? No, I'm not no, it doesn't need to be buff. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, so those are the things that I would like. The things that I need to improve on are making the outfit a little bigger so that my neck doesn't look so weird. Get myself a hat and then make it so that this tie can move on its own. And maybe even have a setting where the collar gets propped up. I think that would be very cute. Rocking it at an angle, yes. Yes, I am very handsome. Okay then. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to... Oh, wait, I forgot. It depends on what you mean by investigate you. I forgot. I found this little wallpaper that I wanted to use. No, yeah, I had almost forgotten to change the music, and I almost forgot to change the wallpaper. You have a vid you can recommend, search the glitched... Whatever the heck. I think he's a private eye, not a detective. Is he something that solves... is Sherlock Holmes someone that solves his problems with his fist? Except he doesn't do that because he's British. What was the... Here, let me look up that... The glitched... Glitched rabbit. Is that how you say it? Is that one name? Is that like a name? Oh, I think I found it. Welcome to my channel. Ah, it's another small creator. Sounds nice. Well, I found it, so. My Bizlore slop is expanding. I don't even... I'm both the PI and a detective. Let's see. Well, technically, I'm a pizza delivery driver, at least right now. I was a baker, but I have no idea what happened there, but you know. Okay, we've got... the game playing Animal Hospital. Why did I spell it that way? Is it? That's not it. Do I have to? Stop. Oh, is it playing Animal Hospital Roblox? I'm assuming it's that one. It really depends on how long it'll take for us to get there. Baker's Rock. Well, I only baked the breads. I never actually made them. Okay, calm down. Just a sec. I need to make sure that I switch. There we go. Yes. Okay. And 3 more. Alright. Well, it depends on whether or not we even had... This is an hour long, and I have all this other stuff to get through. Unless... You know, I want to make sure that this means... The music itself is very quiet. Let me know if it's... Pizza in... Itinerant? Itinerant, whatever the hell that's supposed to say, however you're supposed to say that. Thank you, Kobe. Thank you for the compliments. Why did I say comps? Roblox content on this stream? I don't know. The last time I've seen, I mean, my siblings used to play Roblox, like every now and then. They'd play various. Oh, a fancy word for driver. So you mean like how polyurethane, according to Sandy Cheeks, is a fancy word for plastic? But they used to play Meep City, Bumblebees, Bee Swarm Simulator, the Natural Disaster one. That fashion game. Robeats. Various Friday Night Funkin' parody games. What else did they play? But I distinctly remember Asmongold trying to play it, and I remember a high-pitched, sped-up version of Single Ladies was playing in the background, because of course it was. And what else was there? Apparently, they were playing Secret Agent. I don't know. Eight. Wait. Well, Harley recommended this to me since she's featured in it. Let me recount. Just watch a bit. Alright. How much do you recommend? Like a few minutes or so? I need to... Mm. 8.5 siblings. Unless I'm miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Roblox has 20 good games out of it. We can look at all of the Escape from Epstein's Island. 2 brothers. 5.5 sisters. 30 minutes in. We can try. But I do... We were also in the middle of this video, and I said that we would finish it this stream. So, I guess we can... Doesn't matter where or when we would, take a look or whatever. I also have some of the... Because I also want to get to this one particular video. Their name is Moss, but I thought you're the glitched rabbit. I guess it's a... let's see. Let me at least get it open so we don't have to worry about it later. I can see, there's a green Roblox. I don't even know what the what are the characters of Roblox even called? Also, there's a new viral game called Mecha Chameleon, and I don't know what it's about. It involves being a Mecha Chameleon, which means very chameleon. Everyone's gone quiet. But we'll check like the first few minutes and see what I can do.
Hi critters, it's me, Moss, and today we are playing Animal Hospital. With me,
and what exactly does this game entail? Am I going to have to... Brown-eyed girl? Probably not.
I have Harley, Skull, and Iron. They're gonna be playing with me today because they are epic.
They are late epic.
So yeah, let's get right into it.
Work the hospital until you find out what's really happening. It looks like we're gonna have to do some investigating. Ow!
You said the fucking head nurse.
Yeah, you had to play Brown-Eyed Girl in your music class back in freshman year. Oh. Were you in a We used to play those types of songs in marching band. Oh, you guys had a guitar class? Damn.
Huh?
You guys had it made then. All we had was band, choir, and orchestra. Which I was in 2 of the 3.
What?
Also because in middle school, they only allowed you to pick up to 2 of those. Lola Fujita. Very good at music class. You remember all you did was math homework. I want to check in as a patient.
I'm gonna be extremely useful as per usual.
And all I hear is that sound effect. Hey. I'm here for my appointment. Your brother is forever a choir person. I was in band and choir. I'm supposed to treat patients, but there are some anomalies. I see, it's one of those types of games. -1 job stress. I don't know what that's about. Apparently there's a sanity meter.
Hopefully my OBS doesn't crash when I stop recording, so the recording doesn't get fucked up like...
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I forgot to hit recording.
last time.
Well, better late than never. There's no need to record the reveal part. If I clip more videos, if people see the new outfit, I'll be like, just deal with it.
And suddenly Harley is talking through the game sweater.
Ow!
I cannot hear them.
I did that wrong. Meh.
Audio quality is 1 billion.
The way that it moves when you're not the one that's moving. Pull the fire alarm for a drill. Oh, in school. Your sanity is important. I note that Louise Belcher wanted to pop that one pimple on Bob's nose for her sanity.
Oh yay.
I can hear all the sound effects on both sides of my headphones. We had no animal deaths. I guess that's excellent. And we made 63 bucks.
We're so productive and awesome and good at this game.
No, you're not. I'm not.
Oh, it's the guy that busts his head on the one down.
I love it when he does that.
Yeah, they got in trouble. There was a fake bomb threat at one of my schools.
He's so...
Sup, I'm Philip Yon. You just remembered this game about how Since, yeah, I should play Shadows of Doubt. I am here for my appointment. You look like that you need an appointment.
Oh god.
Hello.
Did it have face on two sides of its head? Wait, why do we need a gun in this game?
There's no coffee.
The... Because of escaped inmates, damn.
I'm having to deal with a patient here. This secretary just left
Someone's trying to connect to the internet through dial-up.
her post.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for something.
Also, Harley, I found out why you were soft with me in Discord. It's because
I will be in room 1. Have I ever had some student pull the on accident? Hey! I have an appointment. What the hell is that guy doing? And why are they standing on the monitor? I don't think that's very good for them. Thanks. I will be in room 3. The way that they're speaking, does that remind me of something?
Really?
What was
You
that?
could use eye drops to pacify the massive eyes on the ceiling. What the hell? Why are there eyes on the
You
ceiling?
healed the eyeball.
Science teacher caused the fire alarms to go off and could be burnt seeing. Oh, burnt beans. You make sure that your science teacher won't let that down. Oh, I see.
Looks up at them with my eyes.
No, where the hell did... Why is it labeled moss? No, why are there eyes on the ceiling? And how are eye drops going to pacify that?
You can look at them through the door without taking damage.
Thank you, doctor. Everything is lame. -1 job stress, which somehow dropped the percentage of sanity. No, I don't understand. Report. There's blood there, or at least what looks like it. Excellent.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
Subete sugoi. Why did you shoot that person? Georgie, do you...
God.
They're here for their appointment, but you just killed them.
People just sitting in here doing nothing.
Can I sit here and do everything?
You are I guess.
Oh, yes.
And I have a sip.
Hey there, friend, I'm Barney. No, you're not. Because I love me, you love me. You're only allowed to love me. Why do you need a coffee? It's for employees only. See, like that guy. That guy's clearly very hopped up on coffee if they're gonna be jumping up and down like weirdos. You did duck and cover for atom bomb drills, yeah. I think you mentioned that on stream before. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to me, won't you say you love me too? Yes, the most conceited way of singing that song.
I can make it worse.
Ugh. Genius.
We're so entertaining.
Yes, there's nothing more exciting than jumping up and down. want to check in as a patient.
No, I want to have three.
Are we gonna kill this one too? Who's screaming? Stop screaming. It was the tail end of the civil defense era.
Harley, do not flip through the camera systems.
Flip through the camera systems just to piss them off.
Room 2.
And what exactly happens after a while,
Oh, I
though?
guess I'm not good enough.
How long does it take before it escalates? Sup? I'm sure the king! I'm here for my appointment. The only king I know is Elvis Presley, God rest his soul. And our sanity is at funny number 2. Or actually, no, that's funny number 1. It says 69.
I would argue it's better to just not look at them at all. Hearing them kind of sucks.
I mean, looking up clearly has no.
Room 5.
I guess.
That's not very realistic. They usually say there will be kiss. No. Why did I say that out loud? No, there will be. Someone will go to room 1, and then someone will go to room 2, and then all of a sudden the next person goes to room 6, and then 7, and then 9.
They look normal on the cam.
Because there's usually some sort of emergency. They're here for their appointment. We're not gonna whack someone with that, are we? There was no reason for that to be activated. Party and Blue's Clues came out when you... Do you mean when AI was in high school or when you were in high school? Blue's Clues was my jam when I was little. Okay. Hey. Okay, so now we're killing more people. Hospital deaths.
Shut me, asshole!
You were in the way. What happened in this room?
I think we let them die.
What what happened, buddy?
Son. Okay, that guy had a creepy face, so I think it was justified.
Don't worry about that.
I'm going to worry about everything.
You don't need to know.
I have the right to know. Are you kidding me? Except nobody does not have the right to know, nor does it have the right to be.
My sanity.
Since you needed that coffee, I'm at 28%.
Well, we're at 64%, so we get top billing.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, here's that 40 grand.
30 something.
Yeah, I needed it.
Sup, I'm Nina Wooble. They have an appointment. That person has been jumping in that door for like this whole time.
Give up me an iron sanity and makes Harley lose sanity.
Has evil impulsive thought.
I am gonna kill you.
-3, shot an animal. God damn it, why did you do that?
I'm gonna get out of my
They'll be in room 7.
You're driving me up a wall.
It is Ron. They look exactly like you, but not bald.
They're all bald. The host abruptly disappeared for a long time and magically reappeared in a short vid a few years ago. Steve Burns? He's been on and off for years.
Why are they making out?
They're not making out, they're meshing. They're attempting fusion right now.
Why are they kissing?
I'm going
You ever wonder why we keep... Never mind.
to.
And who is Ron from accounting?
This is kind of sussy among us.
No. And the eyes are still there. Have you guys seen the Alex Bale's Blues Clues theory and how it connects to a single episode of Law and Order because Steve Byrne starred in an episode? Our sanity is down to 58%. Because if you don't buy our chocolate, my little brother will go insane. And then I hear the sipping sounds. No, I heard a photo being taken in my... left ear. Oh my god. Why did it take me that long for me to respond with left ear? I don't know if I've ever told any of you guys this, but I might have what I would refer to as lateral dyslexia, where I have trouble with my lefts and my rights. To this day, I still have to think about what is left and what is right. But when it comes to up and down, I can do that no problem. Anyone else sometimes feel that way about their directional sense? And I'm supposed to be good at geography. Oh, and what's the report? 4, 0, 2, 1. We killed one person.
There's a very big difference
Poor. Yeah, this place needs to get shut down immediately.
between intrusive and impulsive thoughts.
Best.
My impulsive thought is, it would be really funny if I shot Harley right now. If it was intrusive, then it would have been something way worse.
Giving Harley more than doesn't work.
True. Oh.
There's 26 users.
Oh my god, I don't like screaming. You not screaming, that's being sleep, please.
Say not to scream. Do you want to scream?
That's shit.
50% faster DNA. What does that even mean?
Then don't scream.
Oh, that's the photo, okay.
What?
That person looks very tired.
What is it?
A taser.
IQ mom.
I've gone corporate. When's the big meeting?
What do you mean? Yeah, what is
Oh,
it?
no, this isn't corporate casual. This is noir casual. Gah! That's certainly a mouth.
Ew! What the?
Stop jumping on each other.
Hello,
I don't know, I'm not going particularly insane.
applying for being patient.
Active manager Dingo episode 4 of DNC.
But please, you want to be that late? We need to work at it.
Jump, jump, jump.
The amazing
Jump.
homosexual circus.
What did you just say? No, we don't need to go down Elsagate 2.0, please.
Uh-oh. Security. Security.
What?
Also called Deco Edwardian. I mean, noir is French for black, but... Yes, this is black casual.
Why did you freak me? So why I shocked you? It's because you got one location. to go.
Registered.
No.
That's why I had shocked you. You got mom killed.
Oh, I see.
W?
Is no one gonna...
I checked everything on him. He looked normal.
You didn't check anything.
I am at 10% sanity.
Well, here's the thing. I want to be different from normal. I want to be abnormal. I know I've said that many, many times, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying it because I feel like it.
You know, you could have avoided that situation if you just
No, we couldn't have been avoided.
didn't do what you did. I would rather
What the hell?
not waste every single one of my bullets because you don't want to.
Turn the camera to the right. What is that? Is that... What's the name of that... That one bizarre Easter egg that they found within that one SpongeBob Flash game that had a face very similar to that. I already forgot the name of it.
Doesn't look like a friendly dog. That just stays up.
Is there any reason why we aren't shooting it?
It still gives you this
That's hilarious.
amount of money.
Where did this come from? And why do we have to hold down E for it?
Oh, grab the taser. Oh, okay.
Slime. We cleaned the slime.
Just put down the shutter like
My
normal.
camera's gone. Got the funny cameras again. What the hell? What is the Christmas?
Our sanity is at 49.
What the hell?
Oh, this is not him.
Those are some fast-moving shutters. Those don't seem very high quality. I'm pretty sure anyone could just kick them down.
No, it's picture, but now mine was on.
We got rescued. Now just go
Twin, where have you?
Being small
Been
has its advantages.
Nobody knows you.
I'll do after you. Hi, hi, hi,
Yeah,
hi.
got
I
rescued.
hear things.
Hi.
Winnie.
I see things. It's a dangerous job.
Carl gets so upset.
Harley got so excited she fucking died.
I see.
Excited to the point where the boy
Well, if she died, then what's she doing in my chat? Unless she's a ghost.
What?
This coffee takes way too long. Rat, you stop
I see.
before I turn you into Ratatouille.
You touched my boy once a week. You know what? On the coffee machine, that's fine. Okay.
I don't think it takes coffee 3 minutes to come back.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever
Matthew's on the
witnessed
too.
coffee being brewed for 3 whole minutes.
Guys, what does that say on the side? Oh, it's got that face again.
Hey, did you need this, by the way? Iron, did you need this?
Is that the only camera? And now everything's flickering.
No, it's 40. Well, I am at only 21%. I am going to die.
Oh, nice. Nice taser. It had the teeth. You gotta kill it. And now I hear everything on my right speaker.
Okay.
So, like, 2 minutes to brew another pod.
Imagine having friends. Quite elitist, don't you think?
You know?
Yeah, that's why all my friends are real. I don't know. I don't have any online friends per se.
This one is a visitor, not a patient.
Yeah, we're aware that it's a joke. Don't worry.
Jesus.
I got your number. I wouldn't recommend saying that out loud, Brett.
Can you
It
move
might
so I
give
can
people
verify
the
that
wrong
their visit's
idea.
correct, please? Thanks.
Do you have a bomb in there?
There's a bomb strapped to SpongeBob's chest if Gary doesn't take a bath.
Well, I already did, so
Bye,
get
Matthew.
wrecked.
Bye.
You ain't done shit. Okay,
Shat
so
all
we
over
can...
my floor.
I didn't realize fire extinguisher was good on slimes. Is it that type of slime that was able to replicate Tokyo's train stations with surprising accuracy and then came up with even more optimal ones? I don't even remember what species of slime did that. Does Decoy Voice actually use that? Are you talking about the noir playlist I have in the background? Like the Kevin McLeod or something, whatever the hell whatever his name is pronounced, makes the royalty-free YouTube music. There's been a huge anomaly attack from Dr. Harlow. 6 people died and many more were hurt. You're not gonna kill that. Be prepared. The ambulance is
You
coming.
know, in a solo run,
I
I,
won't
just
believe
shot all
what.
of them and threw them away, and I still got money, so that was a good day.
We got some moolah. They're all what? Oh, I see what's happening. just before the piano. I haven't heard the entire playlist. I just found it. I listened to the first few seconds of it and was like, I'll just use it. Rocket fuel was invented before. You mentioned that to me yesterday, I think, Jack.
How about two? So I can do that.
Who's screaming? And why are they just running in when they have those bandages on their head? Critical patient in room 1 and 7.
Okay, you got 7.
Canadian fever. Wow. I know why this one's critical. My room was critical. It's Canadian.
What does that say? Finn Lim has fainted. My glasses are not powerful enough to read that. Oh, I see. I need to get new glasses, but since I had to change jobs, I don't think I have the vision insurance anymore. No, you mentioned it to me yesterday, Jack.
What was that?
It was either yesterday that you mentioned it or it was Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure it was
I
yesterday.
killed someone so I could throw them away, but they turned out to be an anomaly. You're welcome.
So we have to find all the anomalies. God damn it. Does that say Rusty Tala? Oh, so we just throw them away in the trash can. Okay, now that's just bad.
I only get it for saying snip and chat, but you're not Eclipse.
All over the.
You're not Eclipse. Stop.
Ah.
Oh, come on.
Suddenly the doors open 6. I had to be able to get.
Saki Huang has fainted. Oh, those must be. Are those?
Oh my gosh.
Killer.
I can't tell if those are player names or if those are the character names.
Ah, taking out the trash.
No one will know. The doctor is arriving.
Have a hollow act.
I thought we were doctors.
I love
Let
taking
'em.
out the trash.
Weren't you just.
Good job. The emergency is over for now.
Actually,
Well, we just killed like 2 people. Low effort, but conscientious. I'm a conscientious objector, though.
different colors.
More ambulances will come. Be prepared.
What?
There is a bonus for your work. We just killed 2 people and they're giving us a raise. Or bonus, rather. Wait. Okay, now I'm just confused. You were playing that game about running a bakery. You had to stop because the food actually looks and sounds so good.
Is this how we got such a good bonus?
No, that's something yeah. Food in cartoons tends to look better than food in
It's
real
definitely
life.
because
I don't know
killed
what it
everyone
is,
in
but
the way.
yeah.
Yes.
I am in desperate need of coffee so much.
Untitled bakery game. We have a whole bunch of resident Roblox experts in chat. I know nothing about Roblox outside of what my siblings used to play.
He looks normal.
I thought for a moment there, I thought the person jumping was freaking Lois Griffin. No, the same freaking same general color scheme, blue shirt and red head. I thought that was Lois Griffin for a moment.
I know. The door not. Why is the door closed?
Oh my god, I can't unsee it now. It's really peaceful.
My baby! Come here.
A baby? Yeah, that's definitely not good. Your name is Peanut
You
King.
can't just say that. My boy is here.
You are a good guy. Rathu. My name is Rathu. My
This guy's
advice,
name is Peanut King, guys. Holy
don't
shit.
trust anyone here.
Oh,
Yeah, as if I was gonna trust anyone
My
Is
anyway.
he
God.
Peanuts or is he King of the Peanut Puppet by Jeff Clemens?
It's not even a... PETA, the anomalies here.
Peanut.
That's me! I'm PETA! Hey, Lois, remember the time I was playing Animal Hospital? And then a cutaway gag of him being obscenely violent appears, and everyone complains about just how grotesque it is.
Canadian.
Is that everyone? No.
That was no one.
It is here. Harley, what's your sanity at?
I have a copy right now.
Hello, friend.
Oh.
Okay, mine's at 39. I was just checking because I wanted to know.
What happens when it reaches 0?
8%.
Yes, obviously you get priority.
Almost forgot to take the case from Barney.
You are the best.
Yeah, he should be named Barnaby instead.
Barnaby.
Barney the fucking dinosaur, bro.
It's a slick town, Barnaby.
Can I? Oh, you can go in here.
Hey, what?
Why are you so...
Take a coffee. Take a half an hour.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not Seth MacFarlane, though.
I had steak and other stuff.
I was gonna do that.
Yeah. You will need chest. Alright, 3 more minutes, and then we'll move on.
Not do it.
Maggie, whatever, has fainted.
No. I have it.
Okay. Do not put it in the garbage. I'm gonna piss off when you do that.
No one will know, so we're just letting all of these people die.
Why should we make more work for ourselves?
No.
Why would we do that?
I'm sorry, sis. I gotta check about
And
how
there's
you.
eyes everywhere today.
36%. A joke shop.
This is the skinwalkers again.
Yeah, I killed them with the fire extinguisher.
The skinwalkers.
How'd you do that?
With the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, how else are you gonna kill something with a fire extinguisher? Without a fire extinguisher, use your head.
How do you kill someone with a fire extinguisher?
Bash them in the head. How else? That's so obvious.
Well, first of all, you can either beat the shit out of them,
Exactly.
or if they're an anomaly, you can just squirt at them, I guess. I don't know.
What?
Sounds wrong.
Fine, boy.
You should stop.
Those eyes are still there.
Yeah, be more patient because there's no more. I fought one, died.
Okay, what happened this time? Somehow we did excellent again, even though we put someone in a recycling bin.
You too.
You die if your sanity hits 0. Okay, I figured.
No.
Okay, I think this will be a... I think that moment would be a decent to put this on pause, at least for now. Alright, I'm gonna be right back, and then we'll continue on and do a whole lot of things. Alright, I'm back. Alright, here. Before we finish up that Odysseus video, Brett really wanted me to take a look at this. Dr. Cortex making an announcement. Okay, so who pissed on his wife, and is he gonna piss on the moon? Because Obama was an idiot. Because Obeezy was no longer in the Heezy, because you see, his dick was the size of this walnut, and that was what his dick looked like. Because I don't think, granted, I've never seen any Crash Bandicoot meme videos before. Well, we're already looking at it.
Listen up, Crash Bandicoot is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He took his Bandicoot fucking furry dick out, and he pissed on my fucking wife. And he said his dick was this big. And I said, that's disgusting. So I'm making a call-out post on my Facebook page. Crash Bandicoot, you got a small dick. It's the size of this crystal, except it's way smaller.
That's actually a pretty big crystal, I'm not gonna lie.
And guess what? Here's what my dog looks like.
I see there's some sentence mixing being used.
That's right, baby. All points. No fleas, no fur. Look at that. It looks like two balls and a gong. That looks
And a gong.
He thugs my wife, so guess what? I'm going to fuck the earth. That's right. This is what you get. My super laser fist. Except I'm not gonna piss on the earth. I'm going to go higher. I'm pissing on the moon.
Is that Majora's Moon?
What do you think of that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot.
That's right, tough guy.
That's some pretty decent sentence mixing.
You have 10 flipping hours before the piss droplets hit the fucking earth. Now, if you don't get out of my fucking sight, I will piss on you and the entire universe.
Alright, that was charming, to say the least. Alright, well, now that that's out of the way, we can finally continue on our journey across the ocean blue on whether or not Odysseus sailed in 1172 before comedy. If you want to see part 1, I don't know if I'm going to leave this second half VOD exclusive or if we can upload it standalone, but we'll see what happens for them. We'll see what happens at that point. So what is it that we discussed last time? We found out, we learned that there was some discrepancies between where Odysseus was supposed to have sailed and how historians map them to places in the Mediterranean. And it seems like that he went beyond the Mediterranean far into the Atlantic. But this may be based off of even older stories from times long by. But I guess we will continue to see what happens from here.
Instead of starting at the beginning, which is the trap, let's begin with the Lystragonian episode mentioned earlier. If you remember, that's where the days are extremely long.
Okay, so we're going back to his journey through the Arctic.
And even scholars who are skeptical of any historical connection tend to agree that the fact. Okay, now that we are aware of these two traps, let us, like Odysseus sailing between Scylla and Charybdis, try to avoid both of them, hopefully with better luck than he had, and see if we can find any more evidence in the epic of travel beyond the Mediterranean. Instead of starting at the beginning, which is the trap, let's begin with the Lystragonian episode mentioned earlier. If you remember, that's where the days are extremely long. And even scholars who are skeptical of any historical connection tend to agree that this detail probably reflects a vague awareness of a remote northern region. But let's dive into the text and see if there are signs that this passage preserves something more than a vague impression of those lands. And as we do that, try to forget for a moment Troy.
I tried to say check and see at the same time, and it came out as she.
The character of Odysseus trying to get home from there. Instead, let's imagine that these are adventures of an unnamed, forgotten explorer on an unrelated earlier expedition.
Yeah.
I'll call him our mythical mariner, M squared for short.
M square.
Now, to reach the land of the Lystragonians, Homer says our mythical mariner sails for 7 days and 7 nights without stopping.
Is that how long it would take to get from Greece to Scandinavia?
Which is strange, because you can't really do that in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Even at a modest average speed of 5 knots, that would mean a voyage of around 900 nautical miles, almost half the entire length of the Mediterranean, a sea littered with islands and peninsulas and narrow passages. You couldn't sail that long continuously without running into land or coming close to it several times. Since antiquity, those who have tried to map Odysseus' journey within the Mediterranean are forced, here and elsewhere where even longer voyages are mentioned, to say that these sailing distances are yet another case of poetic exaggeration.
Could be.
Anyway,
The ancients were known to exaggerate.
when our mythical mariner reaches the land of long daylight, the Homeric text reads, quote,
Now the real question is, was it described as being very cold? Well, actually, it wouldn't have been that cold if it was during the summer.
"We entered a fine harbor there, all walled around by a great unbroken sweep of sky-scraping cliff.
That does kind of describe some parts of Scandinavia and even parts of Scotland.
And 2 steep headlands fronting each other close around the mouth, so the passage in is cramped." End quote. In other words, we have a narrow inlet of water between 2 vertical cliffs, a narrow opening, and just enough space for a dozen or so boats to find shelter. Now, our mythical mariner, ever suspicious of danger, does not follow the other ships in. He moors his ship to a rock outside the harbor's narrow mouth, which turns out to be a smart move because when the Lystragonians discover these newcomers, they gather in numbers along both cliffs and throw down massive stones from the heights, killing all the men below and destroying their ships.
Now, is that something that the Norse would have done back then?
The harbor becomes...
Or actually, it wouldn't have been the Norse, would it? Because this was during the time, presumably... Actually, that may have been... When did Proto-Germanic actually start spreading out into Scandinavia? I'd assume that it was still being spoken around that place at around that time.
a trap, a vertical kill zone. Only our hero and the crew of his ship escape. Now, as dramatic and cinematic as this scene is, there's something strange about it. It also doesn't sound like the Mediterranean. Let's look at what Homer actually describes. A narrow inlet, 2 vertical cliffs facing each other, cliffs close enough that people standing above could throw rocks down onto any ships below, and a cramped entrance between 2 jutting headlands. You'd be hard-pressed to find a harbor like that anywhere in the Mediterranean. In fact, they're quite rare in most places of the world. But they do exist in a few particular regions farther north.
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, just like this.
Faroe Islands, to the north of
The Faroe Islands.
And how
Which are owned by Denmark, so...
about this? That's Scotland.
Yes, I knew Scotland was one of the places that had these features.
And this. So now we have a description of extreme daylight that points north, a landscape that plausibly points north, and a sailing voyage too big to fit inside the Mediterranean. But there's more. For example, while this land is inhabited and, in a sense, civilized, it has a town, roads, buildings, a public meeting place, and is rich in livestock and timber, it doesn't have any obvious signs of agriculture. Now, in 1200 BC, give or take, virtually anywhere you landed in the Mediterranean, where there was fertile land and a human settlement, you would probably see conspicuous signs of agriculture.
Right. Agriculture was... He's got a cool mohawk. Boonda thinks this mohawk is weird. But... Yeah, but regarding that, farming was introduced throughout much of Europe during the Neolithic by farmers from Anatolia, who presumably may have been related to the builders of Göbekli Tepe, and so they could have brought their giant megalithic structure know-how to other places, and may or may not have been the inspiration behind Stonehenge, which we know were most likely made by the descendants of the Neolithic farmers.
Vineyards, olive groves, terraces, irrigation works, all
In the Mediterranean would obviously, because of just the very nature of it, civilization as they knew it would have spread very easily. Yeah, Pinnacle mentioned that.
of the above, perhaps none of the above, but you would still find a landscape clearly shaped and domesticated over 8,000 years of human agricultural activity.
Right.
By contrast, while Northern Europe was also agricultural at this time, that wouldn't be obvious to a Mediterranean visitor approaching by sea.
I guess it would have made more sense for such farms and stuff to be more inland.
In places like northern Scotland or Scandinavia, the visible landscape could be dominated by pasture, heath, bog, woodland, and grazing animals.
Yeah.
A Mediterranean observer might easily conclude these people have livestock, timber, and settlements,
But not necessarily farms.
but where are their fields?
Yeah.
Even though fields might in fact have been present. And that's exactly what our mythical mariner wonders when he first sees the land of the Lystrigonians. After narrowly escaping with his life and the crew of one ship, our hero next reaches the island of Aeaea. home
Oh,
of the
I remember this one.
seductive witch goddess Circe. Circe is said to be the granddaughter of Okeanos. In other words, the
Okeanos.
personified ocean deity is her grandfather. Now, in Greek mythology, genealogy and geography are often intertwined.
Yeah.
So this early detail Homer gives us tells us right off the bat we're
Yeah, so I know this based on the fact that within the creation story of Aphrodite, she's described as being from a specific island, which we know I think it was like Phoenician settlers or something, or at least some group of people related to the Phoenicians who introduced the worship of a version of the Middle Eastern Queen of the Heaven, known variously as Astarte, Asherah, Ishtar, Inanna, and she was introduced on that specific island, and so the Greeks believed that she was basically born on that island, either arising from the sea or made from the severed testicles of Kronos.
either on or near the ocean. Later, this is confirmed when Odysseus makes the crossing of the ocean from Circe's Isle to the land of the dead. Now, when I was
Now that would align with the passage from like the Faroe Islands to Iceland
rereading this section,
to Newfoundland, you made a connection that this foggy land of the dead may have been Newfoundland.
in preparation for this episode, I was struck by a few really weird lines that I hadn't noticed before. When our hero
That sounds like me when I'm reading stuff like this.
lands on Aeaea, his men spend a day on the beach recuperating from the catastrophe in the land of the Lystrigonians, and the next morning, our hero rallies them by saying, quote, "Listen to me, my comrades, brothers in hardship. We can't tell east from west, the dawn from dusk, nor where the sun that lights our lives goes under earth, nor where it rises. We must think of a plan at once."
I see. So they're basically they're either completely lost at sea or they're trying to figure out what to do knowing that the sun isn't really setting.
Now, why wouldn't they be able to tell east from west, or where the sun sets and rises? Could it be that they've now ventured even farther north, where the
It could.
sun spends most of the day circling around the horizon, rather than rising and setting? Another weird thing about these lines is that they contradict the lines that immediately precede them,
Oh.
which read, quote, "All day long, till the sun went down, we
Oh.
sat and feasted on sides of meat and seasoned wine. Then, when the sun had set and night came on, we lay down and slept at the water's shelving edge. When young dawn with her rose-red fingers shone once more, I called a muster, quickly informing all the crew. Listen to me, my comrade brothers in arms," and so forth. So, in other words, they just spent a normal day and night, saw the sun set and then rise again.
But now all of a sudden,
And then our hero gets up and
doesn't do this.
says, "Oh crap, we can't tell where the sun sets and rises." How does that make any sense? When I noticed this, I looked it up, and sure enough, already in antiquity, commentators found this strange. They
Oh, so even they knew.
tried to explain it away psychologically. Like, the men must be so demoralized and disoriented, they can't get their directional bearings. But I think there's another explanation.
Let's hear it.
These lines don't make sense if you think of a single author composing this scene from
Oh, right. Because it's supposed to be a composite of different stories.
start to finish.
And so I guess they're just being conflated with each other.
But they do make sense if you imagine a layered story, composed by a series of parts, each adding to an older version or incorporating, one might even say copy-pasting, bits of other stories into this one. Now, to me, the lines about solar confusion look like they were part of the original Aeaea travel story, from which Homer either borrowed this episode or onto which he grafted his Odysseus Circe's story. Perhaps in the original travel story, the Midnight Sun played a more important role. Here, it plays no role. You could delete those lines and no one would ever suspect something is missing.
But because those are in there,
But since they weren't deleted,
it's a discrepancy.
since we have them, they raise suspicions about another line that comes up later.
Oh.
Our hero and his men end up staying on Iia for a full year until
Really?
Homer says, quote, "The long days came around again."
So as the fall approaches, who's who?
Now, that is interesting, because when you spend years reading ancient Greek texts, sailing comes up a lot. Okay? The
Yeah.
sailing season is
Well, yeah, Greece is a peninsula that has a very small strip of land connecting it together. It's a peninsula connected to a borderline island, and it also has a bunch of other islands. So of course, sailing is going to be a big part of Greek culture.
often discussed since it determined when a lot of things could happen, such as trade, diplomacy, warfare, even festivals.
Yeah.
But I've never seen other texts mention long days as a criterion or marker or important feature of the sailing season. What they do mention are things like calmer seas, more predictable winds, fewer storms, clearer weather, and the stars or constellations visible in the nighttime sky. Not longer days. Like the previous weird passage, this line doesn't need to be there. You could delete it and lose nothing. And when I noticed these oddities, I went and looked it up, and guess what? This line is missing from many of the old manuscripts of Homer,
Oh.
which suggests that already in antiquity,
So it was a later interpolation.
many performers and or editors felt that it was out of place, and so they skipped it. This happens a lot, by the way. So here too,
So does this also occur in the Iliad as well, or does the Iliad have other unique features that set it apart from the Odyssey?
one might wonder whether this line is a holdover from an older travel story about Iia, in which it served a more important function. Could it be that our original mythical mariner landed on a far northern island at the end of summer and was then forced to wait through months of near darkness until he could continue?
Yeah.
Could it
I
be
see.
that the original reason for his year-long stay was not the wiles of a witch, but the unusual path of the sun? That would explain both passages that have been flagged as suspect since antiquity. So, putting this all together, what real-world island might Iia be? We're looking for an island that's in the Atlantic, near the Arctic Circle, was uninhabited in the Bronze Age. Let's keep in mind, Circe is a goddess. There's no human habitation on this island.
Besides the Faroe Islands, the only other ones I could think of are either Iceland or the Svalbard Islands, but I don't think Svalbard would make that much sense.
And if we really want to follow the text as closely as possible, the island should have trees.
And then it can't be Svalbard.
Now that last detail rules out the Faroe Islands.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of tough. Does Iceland have trees?
And that leaves us with one obvious candidate, Iceland.
Okay, I figured. Yeah, I was like, the only other island I could think of besides the Faroe Islands or Iceland is Svalbard, but that one's too far north to have trees.
Now, am I saying that the Odyssey definitely preserves the memory of a Bronze Age voyage to Iceland? No. We have clearly
Not necessarily, but...
ventured far into the waters of speculation here. But it is worth noting that such a voyage would not be unique in antiquity. About a millennium later, in around 325 BC, Pythias of Massalia did complete a voyage into the North Atlantic, which likely reached as far as Scandinavia or Iceland.
Perhaps.
Now, after Iia, once the long days returned, our mythical mariner is said to cross the ocean and arrive at the land of the dead, which it is implied lies far to the west.
Yes, and he... yeah, and I already forgot what his name was, but... he hinted that it may or may not have been in Newfoundland.
Now, as we said previously, the eastern tip of Newfoundland has several unique characteristics that line up with Homer's description. Extreme fog, multiple rivers with strange colored water, and wide fields or meadows of low vegetation. Now let's pause for a moment and consider the 3 episodes we just looked at in sequence.
Let's check
And
it.
remember, while we shouldn't expect the entire travel narrative to preserve the chronological sequence of an earlier story, we should be open to the possibility that a few consecutive episodes mentioning related phenomena, in this case unusual solar behavior, may have preserved their original order. So we began with the land of the Lystrigonians, which has features you would find in northern Scotland or Norway.
Yeah.
Then we had Iia, which might suggest Iceland. And now we have the land of the dead,
Which
potentially
might be
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. So that could be, so all three of those events could be referencing a single story about someone just voyaging a little too far to the west.
Again, we are speculating here.
Yeah.
But if that's the route,
I mean, if Leif Erikson can do it, then so can someone from ancient Greece.
then it lines up with the voyage in Plutarch's account of the Carthaginian embassy to the land of Kronos,
Oh yeah, that too. He mentioned that as well.
interpreted by the recent team of astronomers mentioned earlier. And of course, it also lines up with the route the Norse later took.
Although Bunda in the chat the other day doubted this because there's Carthaginian and Greek ships and all of that are specifically designed for Mediterranean climates, which doesn't necessarily mean that they can't accidentally venture into the Americas.
Across the North Atlantic. Does that mean our mythical mariner, Proto-Odysseus, definitely reached Newfoundland?
We don't know.
No. But is it conceivable? Well,
We don't
consider
know.
this. In 19...
Yeah, he mentioned the ocean gyres, like how they primarily spin in a counterclockwise circulation, at least when we have the northern hemisphere pointing up.
1976, the British adventurer and historian Tim Severin set out to test a theory being floated at the time that the legendary Irish monk Saint Brendan had reached America in the 6th century, 500 years before the Vikings, or at least to see if such a voyage was possible. To do this, he
Yeah, we had the Brendan voyage. A leather boat tracks the discovery of America by the Irish sailors.
constructed a medieval Irish
I should have done that in an Irish accent.
leather-clad boat. Using this humble vessel, he sailed from Ireland to Newfoundland, stopping in Iceland and other islands along the way.
Did we stop by Greenland, though? Is he a geologist? He's a historian.
The voyage took 13 months, and interestingly,
He studies, the YouTube channel is Lantern Jack, and he studies ancient Greeks. Basically.
they required him to winter in Iceland, where he waited for the days to grow long again. So the limiting factor here isn't so much ship technology. People have crossed the Atlantic in cruder boats than the ancient Greeks and Carthaginians had.
I'm sure they did.
But what about the rest of Odysseus' journey? We've only discussed 3 out of a dozen or so places he visits.
I'm sure there are a bunch of other places he visits that are rooted in what could have been like either real stories that were meant to be representative of other people, or maybe he did go on those journeys.
Well, I don't claim to have a full itinerary figured out,
I don't think that's what he's talking about, Brett.
nor am I determined to come up with one. My goal in making this episode wasn't to settle the debate about Odysseus' trap.
No, that's the purpose of my episode. My episode is to settle this debate, and I say that he did reach the Americas because I said so. And you know what the proof is? The proof and the evidence is that I didn't make it the fuck up, but the speculation is more than enough.
It was to reignite it, to give the independent researchers out there some guidance on how to look for evidence in the text and what pitfalls to avoid, and to perhaps encourage some of my fellow classicists to reassess
Look at the Irish, like that.
how we approach Homeric geography. In that spirit, I'll just give you one last potential real-world identification, because
Let's
it's
go.
particularly striking and entertaining to think about, even if it turns out to be completely wrong.
Now, what would the most outlandish locations we could think of that this not quite Odysseus could have visited?
Scylla and Charybdis, 2 monsters that lie on opposite sides of a narrow strait. Charybdis, a giant whirlpool, and Scylla, a monster with 6 heads that bark like dogs.
On opposite sides of a strait. Now, the default Greek mindset, they would either be the Straits of Gibraltar or it would be the Bosphorus.
Surely we are in the realm of pure fantasy, right? Well, once again, we're given weirdly specific details. For instance, Charybdis is said to swallow the entire sea and then spew it back out 3 times a day.
So, in my mind, that sounds like a whirlpool and a geyser, but I don't think that happens in the ocean, does it?
Since ancient times, some readers have noted that this sounds like a tidal phenomenon, and
Okay, tides. That too.
that would point to the ocean, because the Mediterranean does not produce tides on that scale. But others object to this and say tidal phenomena happen twice a day, or in rare cases 4 times a day, but never 3. So this can't be tidal.
Okay. Your grandma told me, I don't care what anyone tells you in school, Cleopatra was black. If they can turn that into a movie, then we could say Christopher Columbus was Greek, not Italian.
It's probably just made up. And I used to be one of those people, by the way. But recently, I went back to the original Greek text, and I realized that it does not say 3 times a day, even if it's often translated as such. It says 3 times during the day.
3 times during the day. That's not the same thing as 3 times a day.
Which is not the same thing.
It's not.
It means during the course of the daytime, not including the night. So I became curious whether there might be a tidal whirlpool in the Atlantic that forms 4 times every 24 hours. Because if there is, then
I mean, wasn't there some mention of
in
whirlpools?
the summer months when the days are long and it's sailing season, you might be able to see it 3 times during the day, which would match what Homer says. Well, it turns out there are 4 major whirlpools in the Atlantic north of the equator.
I figured.
2 in Norway, 1 off the coast of Scotland, and 1 in
2 in Norway, Scotland.
Canada's Bay of Fundy.
Of course, all of these the 3 places that the proto-Odysseus ventured to.
Only one of them can regularly be observed 4 times per 24-hour cycle. The one in Canada.
Well then,
A vortex known as Old Sow in the Bay of Fundy. Not too far
where is the Bay of Fundy?
from Newfoundland, by the way.
Okay,
Because
but he said that it's on the text said on 2 sides of some straits.
because of the unique topography of this bay, a giant vortex forms both when the current flows into it and when it flows out of it, though in slightly different locations. Still, around the summer solstice, an observer can see 3 distinct large whirlpools form over the course of a single day. Now I know what you're thinking. This is just one speculative data point. But here are some more. Homer says that when Charybdis swallows the sea, the dark earth below is exposed. That doesn't happen in the other 3 major North Atlantic whirlpools,
Does that mean it's happening on a continental shelf then?
but it happens in the Bay of Fundy. The Bay of Fundy is a narrow inlet with the
Where is the Bay of Fundy? We could probably let me look that up. I need to know where it is specifically, whether or not it's on a continental shelf. Alright, I found it. It's off the coast of Nova Scotia. There isn't a strait there, though. There's an isthmus, but it's a very wide... Actually, there is a strait. Like, in the east of Nova Scotia.
largest tides in the world. The difference between high and low tide there reaches over 15 meters, or 50 feet in some areas. Large swaths of the bay go from 50-foot deep sea to exposed dark earth within a matter of hours. Homer also mentions steep cliffs. Once again, none of the other whirlpools have them. Fundy has a lot.
Okay.
He also mentions trees
I guess steep cliffs like that are a feature of the North Atlantic.
high above Charybdis. Take a look at this photo.
Ah.
Or this. To recap, Homer gives us 4 descriptors. A whirlpool 3 times during the day, a periodically exposed dark seabed, steep cliffs, and trees on top of them. The Bay of Fundy has all 4, and none of the other 3 North Atlantic whirlpools have a single one of them. That's striking. But what about Scylla, or Scylla, the monster with 6 dog-like heads? Is there anything in the Bay of Fundy that could have given rise to that myth? Hold that thought.
Oh.
Because after my thought process that I just described, I started digging around and found, perhaps not surprisingly, that I wasn't the first to make the connection between Charybdis and the Bay of Fundy. The American author Henriette Mertz suggested it in her
Oh, that's the guy whose map that he shared.
1964 book, The Wine Dark Sea, which reconstructs a transatlantic itinerary of Odysseus. But she arrived at it through a different line of reasoning. She doesn't discuss the 3-time-a-day puzzle or try to rule out other whirlpools like I did. She talks about the largest tides in the world, and she talks about Scylla, or Scylla. So what's her theory? Well, if you look at the map, you'll see...
Yes, here it is. There. I looked it up on my own. There's an isthmus right, or there's a strait right here, but not here. He said that it was on 2 sides of a... that these monsters were on opposite sides of a strait.
that the Bay of Fundy splits into 2 arms.
Oh.
The eastern one, Minas Basin, has some of the most violent and dangerous tides in the world. The western one, Shenectady Bay, has one of the largest populations of seals in the world.
So, could they have confused them for seals?
Now, seals have dog-like heads that also bark like dogs. In fact, they are closer evolutionarily to dogs than they are to other marine mammals such as dolphins.
Yeah.
If an ancient Mediterranean mariner ever made it that far, he would no doubt be awestruck by both phenomena. The incredible...
Do they not have those types of... Do they not have seals in the Mediterranean?
Tidal force.
Well, I'd imagine that they wouldn't because seals are biologically built for cold climates, but...
At one end, as well as the thousands of large sea creatures at the other, perched on rocky ledges with heads that look and bark like dogs. So that's Mertz's theory, which I find brilliant. Again, even if it turns out to be totally wrong. And she's got a few other interesting ideas. Sadly, however, she falls victim to both fatal flaws we discussed earlier.
Which
starting
ones?
with Troy and
Right.
trying to make everything form one continuous sequence. And that forces her to send Odysseus on a ridiculously long voyage that includes 2 big loops around the Atlantic in order to fit everything in chronologically.
Yeah, but if we are to assume that one of these voyages is based on an even older story, then we don't even have to worry about something like this.
She also has Odysseus reach America using the trade winds that Columbus and later Europeans used, instead of the northern route used by the Vikings and potentially Plutarch's Carthaginians and potentially our mythical mariner. And I must say, I don't see any evidence for such a southern crossing either in her book or in the Odyssey itself. In any case, if there ever was a voyage by a Mediterranean crew across the subarctic route that we've talked about several times now, to the eastern coast of Canada, the Bay of Fundy is well within the zone that the currents would have allowed them to reach. And if they ever made it back home and lived to tell of their adventures, that incredible bay must have been one of the highlights of their entire trip.
Yeah, they most certainly wouldn't forget something like that should the survive. I mean, if the story shows that some group of Greeks were able to reach that and were able to live to tell the tale, obviously they would want someone to preserve that. But it wasn't until who knows how long later did Homer and the other compilers would want to associate it with Odysseus.
One that provided bards with wonderful fodder to spin marvelous tales. Looking back on everything we've discussed, do I think the ancient Greeks or Carthaginians reached America? I don't know, but I'm curious to find out. And I don't think the answer is necessarily unknowable. There is so much more that archaeology will tell us.
No, we're still learning things about our past to this day that quote-unquote rewrite history. You'd be surprised.
Especially underwater archaeology.
Yeah.
And there's so much more information that can be extracted from the ancient texts. But only if we look for it.
Yeah.
For now,
we have to do deep linguistic analysis and stuff.
What I'll say is this. A voyage that made it to the New World and then found its way back would have been an extraordinary double stroke of luck. And if any Greek or Carthaginian crew pulled it off, that almost certainly means more voyages made it that far but failed to return.
Yeah.
And even more probably ventured out into the unknown and didn't make it far at all, but found a watery grave in the middle of deep eddying oceans.
Most likely.
To me, what's remarkable about exploration is not the success stories of those who returned. It's the countless unsung heroes who ventured into uncharted territory.
Yeah, whether on accident or even on purpose.
Never to be heard from again. Which brings us back to...
I mean, there is that one, what was it, some Roman boat that was full of some things that was found in South America that may have ended up there because they veered off course to wherever the hell they were supposed to be going.
To a question we asked earlier. Why does the epic hero's quest involve a journey to the fringes of the known world or beyond?
Simply because it's a good story.
What is it about our species?
It's basically like anime filler. It's meant to pad out the story because the anime catches up with the manga, but the manga is still trying to tell its story. I'd imagine that Odysseus going to the Americas is basically like an anime filler arc.
That drives us to leap into the unknown with no guarantee that we will ever return. And if we happen to be one of the lucky few who do, our stories may be taken up by others, embellished, distorted, and repackaged as another hero's legend. Perhaps that's how myths are born. Thanks for tuning in.
You're welcome. All right. Like I said, that was a lot of food for thought, at least. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think Odysseus went to the Americas, or do you think it was someone else who went to the Americas and people just and people just attributed it to Odysseus in order to make his story sound more fanciful than it probably was. Just some food for thought, so to speak. Alright, I guess that's gonna be it for that. I don't know if I'm gonna clip this second part, or if people can just find it on their own, but whatever the case, I definitely enjoyed watching this. Thank you to Jackal for recommending this video. As someone who knows a thing or two about alternative history, it's definitely given me a lot to think about. Alright, alright, now I'm gonna move on to that one video that I wanted to watch that I just popped up in my recommendations, and I was like, I figured that Brett in particular would enjoy it. And it's Papa Meat's most recent video about the horrors of water parks. Since I know that Brett is a swimmer and likes going to water parks and ride on the water slides and stuff, not realizing the dangers that lurk within them, I think we're going to see whether or not Papa Meat can make him swear off forever. I highly doubt it, since his videos tend to be exaggerated anyway, but let's strap right in, as we're gonna get ourselves soaked with some wet summer fun.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Come and sit down, because today we're going to be talking about water parks. Summer is finally upon us, my friends. And that means
it's very hot, and people make it even hotter when it comes to barbecues.
it's grilling, fireworks, and
Hydro slides.
unfortunately,
Hydroslides. Okay, dangerous heat wave could set to collide with July 4th holiday. It kind of did.
the sweltering heat, I can't stand it. My fat body oozes sweat all the time. Horrible.
Well, I've got all of this fur on my body. How do you think I feel?
So fat, so disgustingly fat.
You're not that big. I know people in real life that are twice your size, Papa Meat.
As a skinny man, do you like the heat?
No.
That's surprising. I feel like you're a big heat guy. To beat the heat,
If I was tall and skinny, maybe.
some stay indoors in the nice air conditioning, while others take a dip in the pool.
Oh God, why do we have to see that? It's still cold in California because you live close to the ocean. Yeah, the ocean, water is known to cool things down. I mean, as you can see here by a frozen fucking pool.
For those who are seeking more of a thrill, water parks offer exciting and sometimes dangerous attractions.
Sometimes dangerous.
From fast-paced water slides to raging wave pools and soothing lazy rivers,
So my mom mentioned that we were wanted to take my siblings to some pool that's not too far. She hasn't asked me about it yet. I should have told her that the best time for me to go to the pool with them is on Mondays, but she can bring it up to me if she wants to anytime.
water parks can be an exciting adventure for people of
Yeah.
all ages. However, as time goes on, they become far less enchanting as a concept, especially as you get older and
Oh God, that does not look that. Are we going to talk about that one water park that was like really, really dangerous? I think Queso reacted to it, because apparently there was this one water park that Queso was a big defender of, but I don't even remember the context of that one.
realize what's going on behind the scenes. Also, just your eyes open to just being like, this is kind of disgusting. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I do remember that there was this one set of big water slides at a pool that's not too far from where I live, where a pair of wasps like to hang out up top. I don't know why they wanted to be there in particular with all the water, but yeah, I don't want anything to do with that.
When you're younger, you're like, what? When I was younger, my fat ass was just like, that's where I get Dippin' Dots. Go to water park, I get all pruny and I eat my Dippin' Dots.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine all the
We would, my family would order pizza whenever we would go to the pool sometimes.
people who don't wipe properly and they're going in like the wave pool?
Oh Lord.
Don't wipe with shitty ass, mud butt. Oh, the amount
Mud butt. I've never heard that before.
of fecal dust or matter from
The best place to be in Cali is it.
dry poo-poo has got to be crazy. The biggest thing for me is pee. There's no way there is a filtration system that can fill. I mean, you are just getting covered and drinking pee. You know, I've been
I mean, according to Pee Pee from South Park, most water parks are 50% pee.
away for kids out like, oh, wow, They like put watermelon and do sprout out. It's I'm like, oh, dude. Especially when I've like been sitting there, like I said, it's like a little fat ass kid just bobbing around.
No, that one Family Guy cutaway gag where, Dad, you want to come right on the thing with me? And it's like, sorry, son, I can't.
Definitely.
And so he goes to the other one with all the plus-sized parents.
Just took a piss, and I see like a little girl next to me, like, and I'm just like,
Little girl, no. Are you the one who took a piss?
oh yeah, yeah. I was a
Piss and shit warning.
kid. I don't know. Yeah.
This video is only going to get nastier from here. Lord have mercy on us.
Listen, the older you get, the more you're like,
All right, good night, Jack.
that's disgusting. People like, they're like, yeah, it's a joke, it's fun. Until after a while, it's like a
It's always a joke. It's always fun and games until you're the butt of the joke.
it's a crime scene. It's a fucking crime scene. While they may still seem
POV, the water park and roads.
fun, water parks are some of the grossest public places you can attend.
Man admits defecating in public swimming pool 18 times.
And they're filled with various germs, parasites.
How germy is the public pool? An infectious disease expert weighs in. Prevalence of Cryptosporidium sap and Giardia intestinalis in swimming pool. Oh, Giardia was that thing that that disease that Ethan Klein got sick with, and everyone thought, and the Hassan Orbit thought that he was infecting his kids, and so they tried to call CPS on him.
And fecal matter. Shit, poo-poo.
Parasites. I never thought about that.
Yeah, little bugs swimming around, actual germs and
Yeah.
I'm telling
So much for these pools being chlorinated, because I know sharks don't swim in chlorinated water unless they're on Total Drama. You remember watching a certain one where they were at the yes. There's a bunch of scenes. No, which one? The ones with pee-pee, or in the streaming wars where the entire water park was literally just pee because fortune favors the brave, and they had all those celebrities with pee-pee plus. Or are you talking about the one where Cartman was surrounded by minorities, saying that there were too many minorities?
it's a nightmare.
Is that how tapeworms transfer? If you had a tapeworm?
You know what? I have no idea, but I'm gonna immediately say yes. Put on your goggles as we make our way through the disgusting and dangerous world of water parks.
Let's go.
Despite being known as a family-friendly attraction, most water parks are pretty disgusting and trashy.
Despite that.
Once again, as you get older, you realize that's every single water park. I don't think I've ever. What is there?
At this point, I'd rather just swim. If there's a swimming pool, I'll swim. Cartman's surrounded by
There's too many minorities in my water park.
Is there a fancy water park? Considered a fancy water park?
I don't know. We had
Six Flags, Cedar Point.
Wild Waters where I lived.
That already sounds like a trailer park. Where do you live?
What?
Wild Waters?
Crystal Waters.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to think of anyone. We had Oceans of Fun.
Oceans of Fun.
Even that. Once again, that's
Six Flags, Kings Island. Yeah, your profile pic. Yeah. No, like, you had no clue how to word it without thinking you're gonna say something. It's South Park. Are you kidding me?
sounds like an American Ninja course or something like that, doesn't it?
I think they're inherently trashy. Also, they like,
gotta be.
They degrade very quickly with all the chlorine.
That's why everything
Yeah.
has like rust on it.
I know that we had a swim team in school. Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know what that would be. I mean, they have indoor pools and little water slides and stuff. I remember seeing commercials for Great Wolf Lodge as a kid for years, and they always look so fun. Wait. Oh yeah, I was sharing a story about how we have a swim team in high school. They'd go to some pool somewhere, but every time they chlorinate the pool, it causes their hair to get bleached, and so they'd walk around with bleached hair all the time.
And just because there's I mean, like, that's why you like look at stuff. You're gonna walk up the steps of this thing. You like look at the structure of it. It's all like rusted and just dripping. There's just water.
Oh God.
You're like, is that okay? Yeah, it's fine.
We just gotta tighten the bolts.
Despite being known as family.
Oh, and then these types of
friendly
slides.
attractions.
I didn't mean to pause on that booty image.
Most water parks are pretty disgusting and trashy. Great Wolf Lodge is one of the most popular water parks in the U.S. with 23 locations across the country. There's
23, really?
one around here. I went there once. Great Wolf Lodge is essentially like a log cabin themed hotel with a massive indoor water park, and there's like various restaurants and activities inside, all geared towards children. It's basically like
you went there to LA. Never went to LA before. You had a good
A
experience.
place where if it's your like
Yeah, you're hearing about Papa Meat's experience.
at least for when I grew up, it was like, oh, it's your birthday, I'm going to.
Personally, I wouldn't complain that much. I wouldn't even think about whether or not it's dirty or clean.
With Lodge, you'd be like, whoa, because you go there, water park, there's like arcade, there's like interactive shit to do. As a kid, it's cool, but usually
Well,
if you're an
yeah.
adult, you go there, it's just because your kid gets to run around and do stuff. Despite being very popular, the water park also has a pretty vocal group of haters online.
I'm sure
There are
it
tons
does.
Of reasons to rip on the park, one of which being the ridiculous pricing. Some people have reported spending well over $1,000 just to stay for the weekend.
Really?
For a weekend. Can you imagine going to Kansas? Of all places, like
In Kansas? No. Freaking Coachella be like
hell on earth.
Except people pay 10 times that much for Coachella.
And you're like, you know, I'd love to drop $1,200 on Timmy for his birthday. You're in an indoor. I mean, there's like a.
I mean, to be fair, my parents paid quite a lot of money for my 18th birthday party, but at least that was at a Magic Mountain.
Fucking, there's 2 slides in a pool. Once I went there as a child, so I've never had to pay. But I gotta tell you, if I went there.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys that story of what happened at the Magic Mountain on my 18th birthday. But I think that'll be for another time.
Here for a weekend, Friday, left Sunday, and I spent $1,200.
Long story short, I felt really bad about what happened.
Dad would be dead in the parking lot. Dad would be dead in the car. What?
Yeah, you bought wolf paws for slippers. Hadn't paid for anything on your trip.
Why is Dad not moving in the car and just
at the gift shop?
You see like a little Ford Explorer in the parking lot, and I'm just like,
oh.
Let's take a quick break to do something important. Upgrade my magic collection. The Marvel set.
Oh yeah, Marvel Magic. It's Whatnot. I know about this.
To win $1,000 in Whatnot credits, so you can buy some magic packs.
Maybe I should get this because I have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I'm looking to move.
For anything you want. Thanks Whatnot for sponsoring the video. Back to the video. Once inside the building, you'll be met with an overwhelming smell of chlorine and the sound of children screaming.
Yeah, there's nothing quite as nothing quite takes me back like the smell of a chlorinated pool.
Goes on all night. It's the worst kind of casino experience. Usually it's
like that.
It's loud music and slot machines. This is just the smell of chlorine and just children screams of pleasure. Is this fun? Like our kids
It's probably
having a good time, or is there a man walking around killing these kids? I don't know.
Well, here in the U.S., it's go big or go home.
No. Also, the log cabin aesthetic does not help. It reads like a horror film. Yeah, what
does it?
There's probably like just a fucking 7-foot guy just like walk around the halls with like a fucking machete.
Oh, would that work? A horror?
Oh no! They use red food dye in order to simulate something like that.
Themed water park?
That would be awesome.
And the water's blood?
The clientele would be terrible though. Like,
would it?
Avid horror fans are the fucking ugh.
Sliders everywhere.
Oh my god, sliders, yeah. A bunch of fucking big old boys and girls wearing like Jack Skellington shirts and shit. Like
because this is Halloween, you love the Great Wolf Lodge. Well, maybe you went to one of the good ones.
Can't wait for Terrifier 4 to come out. Or that'd be my hell. This is partly because they have games on every floor that run well into the night, encouraging children to run through the building and
yeah, no, these look like fun.
Scream their heads off the entire time. One angry guest said, and I quote,
"And with hundreds of kids in the water, the bathrooms are always empty."
This sentence
what the hell does that even
perfectly describes the amount of piss and feces that can be found in the waters.
Even with all the filtration in the world, it's not enough.
Which I gotta say, I mean, do you think people break for turds?
No.
Does it just go by and you're like Neo dodging it? Oops, missed me.
Oh, whatever.
I never.
Kansas, someone died riding the tallest water slide.
Did this, but I was fantasizing.
Is that one that Queso was looking at? There was one that Queso looked at. It was meant to be a discount version of either Six Flags or some other big water park, and so people that were on a budget went to that one instead, but it was filled with but it had all sorts of problems.
As you know, in pools they have the little lip where the water gets filtered.
Stewie Griffin is a big fan of these for a very unusual reason.
I was imagining putting my butt up to that and taking a poop in there. So I'm sure.
Why is that a fantasy?
I'm just saying, as a kid, I
wanted to take a shit in
No, I thought he was gonna say something completely different.
cover your mouth. I tell you what, it's fucking real. There's a big dollop of spit. He's like, have you ever done it? Be honest.
No.
Oh. But no, I never pooped.
You can't say no, but.
No, but.
Friend was big into water polo, and he said all the time, like, oh yeah, we never use the restrooms. They were locked. He said that we piss in the pool, and then we go out into the field and take a shit. So.
Am I talking about water slide called Verrucht? Oh, you're talking to Brett?
Just not even being able to wipe and then going back into the chlorine pool is just. That's crazy, man. Muddy waters is what that is. People playing the blues. One step.
Okay, at least you guys know what you're talking about. Oh god.
We're not fishing turds out of the splash pad. They're dumping gallons of chlorine into the pools to combat the constant flow of piss. They're basically doing chemical warfare.
That's actually a very good. Yes, fight chemistry with chemistry.
You're gonna get sick. It's like, it's too much, Joshua. I don't care. Because usually that shit before people are they're out of the pool or whatever. I've seen people like dumping shit.
I thought that happens like over time, like through the filters and stuff.
I mean, like dumping chlorine in the pool because they're just like maybe the pH levels are too fucked up or something. I don't know.
I don't know what does what form of chlorine is even being used in order to quote-unquote chlorinate it.
The sheer amount of chlorine in the water regularly causes kids to suffer from severe chemical burns and
well, yeah, if you get there like immediately.
Vomiting after ingesting.
No, I've never heard of Verrucht.
Small amounts of the water. God damn, dude, they look like victims of fucking Chernobyl. Kid coming out of the pool.
Oh no.
I've seen plenty of kids vomit from.
Making you miss your trip to LA. Oh, was that the one that you took place like, was it like last month or earlier this month?
Drinking chlorine though.
Oh,
no, you haven't? No. Oh, it's hilarious.
Wait, what did you?
It's when you're a kid, it's always so funny. Haha, there's Tanner, and he's like, oh. It's just
drinking the chlorinated water.
Water vomit. Oh.
What
God.
was your worst experience at a water park?
I don't know what my worst experience would be. I guess having to get around the wasps to want to get down on the slide. Yes, it was that time. We were still playing Civilization at that point. I don't know. Either that or having to watch one of my siblings so that they wouldn't run away.
I was in a lazy river. Whee! Because it's fun because the current's
oh yes, the lazy river. That was what that one Family Guy
going. So you gotta go fast. Woo! And I came up and a band-aid was stuck to my.
Oh Lord. No, actually, Carthage and Rome. Yes. Oh, I remember now. There was some other kid that hid $1 in between one of the somewhere within the slide and like in one of the little slits where like the pieces connect. And then they accused me of taking that $1 even though I didn't have it at all.
Cheek like that. And I peeled it off.
But I wouldn't say that's my worst. I don't really have a worst experience, but it's either having to avoid the wasps or getting accused of theft.
It was like just bloody as shit. And this girl came over. She's just like, "You got my scab."
No, she's hitting on you.
It wasn't just the Band-Aid, it was the whole scab.
On you.
Yeah. See, it's so funny that's how you decipher that. I'm like, it's disgusting. I was gagging basically, and you're like, "Hello, my lady." I guess the shoe fits.
I can't think of any bad
Poseidon's rage.
experience like this, but I remember I was terrified of the wave pool.
Oh, I done wrong. I was a pussy at the wave pool too. There's always like
I don't know if I'd be able to handle a wave pool. I would like to be able to feel this. I would like to be able to feel the solid ground underneath my feet, which is why I would never go on the deep end because I'm not that strong of a swimmer.
One child in distress in a wave pool too. Have you ever noticed that? Every time you go to a wave pool, it's always one kid that's like way farther than they should be, and they're like this.
Oh Lord.
No one can.
They better be having floaties on. You ever laugh so hard that you start coughing?
No one cares. The lifeguard's just looking down at him like this.
But then again, you guys have seen me laugh very hard without really coughing. Sometimes I laugh so hard that I wheeze, but
Some fat kid in a Tasmanian devil shirt just like this.
So sounds like you, Papa Meat, when you were a kid. Did you have a Tasmanian devil shirt in the pool?
Oh god. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm
Yeah, it's gnarly at the 2 feet section. Strong enough to wash you on the ground when you sit down. I see.
still am haunted by that. Actually, it's bringing back deep memories.
Okay, so it was you that was wearing a Taz shirt.
God, and it's at everyone. I don't know what attracts those kids out there. I always think about the fact, like those little fat son of a bitches in those shirts, like bobbing their way out to the deep end. I'm like, why do you keep going out that way? Come back this way. Also, the current is pushing you the opposite way. You're all the way down there. Outside the kids area, guests report that the rides and support beams are corroding. At the Dallas location, the outdoor areas don't offer any shade unless you rent a cabana or an umbrella, leaving the sun baking the guests.
Well, to me, that's a good thing because I don't want to swim in the summer if it's cloudy out. I would like the sun to be able to. I would like to be able to feel the sun.
Also, mine.
Even if hypothetically it would be bad for my skin.
You children. I like how they only if you have the cabana. Yeah, if you have the pup cabana.
No, yeah, you just know if you overdo it, your feet will cramp. Oh, I had that happen at least once, where I was trying to swim from one end of a pool to another, and I got a Charlie horse, and I was stuck on one of those ladders for like many minutes on end.
Anna, the Great Wolf Lodge.
And it happened while I was at band camp.
You gotta have the pack. You have to be a pack leader.
No, he was mentioning cabana. No, you gotta get the cabana deed from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. You gotta give Miss Marie her joy pendants, and she'll give you her cabana so that you can go to her private oasis. Only to find that she has a sacred relic in her basement along with 2 dead bodies that are zombified. And it makes you wonder why Miss Marie has all of this stuff in her basement.
Get a cabana. I like how you would think that for a kids thing, it's like there has to be shade everywhere. Even if the facility you are staying at is great.
Wish we could hear this song again for the first time.
The guests at the Great Wolf Lodge can be pretty fucking weird. While climbing the stairs
your feet cramped a lot when you had to do for a unit.
To a water slide, a man records himself fondling and staring at his wife's butt while he's in line with children. Get your ass up there.
Well, at least they have an active life.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's probably a breeding ground for horned dogs.
I bet you
Well, it's people that are basically half naked when you really think about it, wearing swimsuits, and a lot of the women will be wearing bikinis and shit.
I'm wondering now, it's gotta be a swingers playground. That's what it is, dude. And I bet you anything, they fucking probably rent some rooms and they drink in the rooms. They're like, go find the wolf. I don't think there is a wolf here, Dad. I think it's just called that. Go find him.
I'll find him. And when I do, I'll come back pregnant.
Out there, that's not Mommy. Her name's Teresa. Slams the door in the kid's face.
I see.
Yeah, Daddy's the wolf. If the wolf's howling, don't come knocking. In 2017,
how much pee is in our swimming pools? And when you see a pool is a 50% pee because I'm a PP and you gotta subscribe to a PP Plus. Go pee with PP Plus.
A 3-week study was done in Canada to determine the average amount of piss found in public pools. They found an average of 20 gallons of piss whizzed out across 3 weeks. The authors view this as a public health concern, but most people aren't as concerned so long as they don't get caught doing it themselves, right? You don't think that's not that much?
20 gallons over 3 weeks. We're talking thousands of gallons.
Isn't the wolf mascot a child? Is it?
Gallons of water. I think scientists.
I wouldn't know if I didn't know that they had a mascot.
They're trying to.
Yeah, it's big pharma trying to stop us from enjoying ourselves. Okay. Former employees of various
water park employees of Reddit. What is the grossest thing you've seen?
Various water parks revealed that the grossest part about the job was seeing what the water.
It was always, I guess it was always that kind of thing. It was always what looks like chocolate, but it's not chocolate.
Looked like before it was cleaned up and prepped for attendees to enter. One described large clumps of hair, sunglasses, old band-aids, used condoms, and all.
Oh, good grief! Come on.
Would just be floating floating around you.
Great Wolf Lodge's mascot.
As the pumps made it swirl into a torrent of just yuck.
Condoms.
Oh, you just got back? Well, I guess you... Rhodey just missed the joke about going to the wolves and coming back pregnant.
I didn't even think about used condoms. We just got done talking about the swingers thing.
Well, I didn't know that, Pinnacle. I just assumed that it would be a grown adult.
Can you imagine just be like, fucking rip it off and then just toss it in the water? It's insane.
Oh, I bet you there's some people bumping heads in the wave pool.
Bumping heads.
You talking this?
Oh, of course. That's the first thing that he goes to.
Oops. Can you imagine being in the wave pool and the guy next to you just like, uh-oh. Now you guys start to collide and shit. You have to put your hands together.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I found out a lot about myself today at the water park I didn't know.
Because once when I was 7, I sat on a banana, and of course it changed my life.
Jousting.
Good, it better be fine, because I'm not dealing with that.
Honey, it's time to get out. Give me a minute.
Chotomate.
At a wildlife theme park in Kansas, children were playing in a splash pad where nozzles in the ground shot water up into the air.
Oh, we had something like this at some in a mall.
CDC was alerted that multiple people had contracted. The CDC was alerted that multiple people had contracted an infection called shigellosis.
Shigellosis.
What the fuck?
That's a weird thing.
Shigellosis. It turns out
you got a shigellosis.
That a total of 40 people of varying ages.
And what exactly does this disease do?
Became ill from the water park. 3 were hospitalized.
No, I need to read that blurb.
Infection called
Okay, spreads through contaminated food, water, direct contact, stomach cramps, fever, diarrhea.
Shigellosis. Okay. Ill from the water park. 3 were hospitalized from shigellosis and another.
The 14. Oh, was that where it is? But without the where part.
From Nora.
Well, it was a mascot that I didn't know was supposed to be young.
Virus. The CDC had to urge people to practice proper safety habits before.
Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report. That's a very interesting report title. Waterborne disease outbreaks associated with splash pads.
Or re-entering the Kansas Wildlife Park. This included avoiding consumption of pool water and any poop or pee in the water. That's so true about Kansas, those fucking inbred bastards over there. You guys really can't eat and drink piss, right? Are you serious? Are you serious? I was planning on going up to the wildlife park and getting me some shigellosis. They also advised against standing over the splash pad jets, worried that it would rinse feces off of people's asses and end up in other people's...
What?
People's asses. Also
what did he say?
Standing over the splash pad jets, worried that it would rinse feces off of people's asses and end up in other people's...
Oh, I get it. Would I be able to take 14... I don't know. It depends on what you mean by werewolf. Because they come in many, many different varieties when you think about it. In combat, do you wish to engage in combat?
Worried that it would rinse feces on people's asses and end up in others' mouth. What is this hellscape?
Exactly.
People just sitting there like...
They're just doing it on purpose. I'm pretty sure that's someone's kink.
It's like shit water going everywhere.
The way that he moved. He looked so sophisticated doing that. Imagine. Oh my god. No, the way he did that gesture looked way too uptight.
I tell you, it is fun. It's fun, but you're not.
Out of all of the things, it's always. All of the things that I laugh hard at are always the things that I least expect.
Out here at Wildlife Park. Let me ground myself here. Do I even wipe good enough? See, that's why I use bidets now. Because I'm telling you, there's nothing left after.
I think
Japanese squirting toilets. Piss and shit warning.
but then some days,
There's like 2 full minutes of shit wiping and hemorrhoids. Talk ahead. No, we're doing this for the long haul. We're gonna make everybody uncomfortable here.
Damn, what the hell happened?
You're like, why did I put a brown marker in my pants? Yeah.
I wiped it
I sat on a chocolate dessert. Simple.
until I bleed. I'm like,
You wipe until you
I didn't realize.
bleed? No wonder you're sick all the time. Because you probably
I don't know
have
what-
open sores in your ass. You're getting
Oh, good
poop in your
lord.
bloodstream, dude. I mean, you can sit there and laugh like I feel like that's why you're always walking with a limp and shit. I've been wondering. I thought you've had scurvy for like a couple. I think it's just because you got shit. I think you got a little shit bug.
I've always wondered that. Yeah, if you
Okay, immune protection.
have an open sore.
I'm not reading that out loud.
There's poop coming out of there. Is that?
Yeah, it's easy to get infected.
The more you know. The more that you didn't know that you didn't want to know because it's TMI.
Asshole doesn't mean that. I think it's going in your bloodstream, buddy. That's just goddamn, you're getting down after a little hurt locker down there. I'm telling you, ease up on yourself. I tell you, sometimes if I don't have the bidet, seriously, it feels like it's just like a kind of like a melted Hershey Kiss. It's just always on the precipice of my ass.
Yes,
Asshole.
you've already
it
said
doesn't
that.
matter. The more I wipe, I'm like, it never goes anywhere. I even try scooping, digging anything. It doesn't get out. Like,
Oh lord, you ever seen the church scene from Diary of a Wimpy Kid? I haven't seen the Wimpy Kid movies in a hot minute.
Hemorrhoid.
No, it's not a hemorrhoid. I've had a hemorrhoid. I have a hemorrhoid. You don't get rid of them. That thing came out of my ass. I'm telling you, I was like wiping once. I was like, it's all sore. I'm not even. I think I've said this before, but it was like the size and the same, as hard as a green apple Jolly Rancher.
Oh
It
lord.
was like that. It was unfucking real. It was pulsating and shit. I could feel my heartbeat on that. I was sitting there. I was like,
This weekend, I don't know what was up, but every time I went to the bathroom, I got shit in my hand.
Oh lord. It's called soap and water. I think you should be using that. You just say that and you don't go anywhere with it?
the water park thing is becoming more and more clear now. Actually, you're walking around. Splash in the pool. Shit all over your hands.
Oh my god.
Within the past couple of years, over in Kentucky, a water
You're talking about, yeah, he's talking about the movie.
park dealt with a chlorine-resistant.
Yeah, kids under threat of diarrhea outbreak linked to chlorine-resistant parasite. I see. No, that's the thing about trying to make disinfectants. There's a reason that they always say they kill 99.9% of germs, because there's always that 1%, that 0.1% that's resistant to it. And that's the thing that ends up reproducing with the resistance, and so we have to keep making more and more powerful things to combat it, and the cycle of resistance continues.
Parasite that just shut down.
Because resistance is futile, and that 0.1% is proof.
Temporarily. The revolving. That's
Yeah.
fucking scary. That's a sci-fi movie. Chemicals, they aren't killing it anymore. If I just mean mugging you from the water. I dare you to come in here with me at raging
Yeah, brawl breaks out. Oh, now we're getting the Waffle House fights.
water, Sacramento. A brawl involving 40 people broke out over a towel. The battle began.
A towel? These people are fighting over a towel? There's no way.
After two drunk women got into an argument over someone's towel being stolen. And
Oh, Lord have mercy on me.
as it escalated, 35-year-old Christopher Neves tried to step in and break up the fight, but was assaulted and left unconscious without a pulse. After Christopher went
I see.
down, things escalated and involved both families fighting one another in front of their kids.
And someone didn't have a pulse, which implies that they probably weren't breathing. Did nobody thought to call an ambulance? Because it was 45 minutes before anyone called an ambulance.
Eventually, police were called, and the park was shut down early while the police figured out what the fuck actually happened. And
A towel. Video shows drunken brawl.
a similar situation occurred at Kalahari Resort in Ohio when someone cut in line at a surfing ride.
Oh, okay. Okay, now that reminded me of the King of the Hill episode where the Bobby, Connie, and Joseph wanted to go to that one water park, and they got like summer passes. They wanted to ride the surfing They wanted to go on the surfing ride, but the surfer bros didn't want them to because they thought they weren't good enough. And so you'd have to see the episode to know what happens.
As soon as the person cut, an argument broke out, and eventually a 10-person brawl was broken up by lifeguards. The fight would resume with 20.
Let's just say Bobby was forced to go down a slide naked by those attendants.
3-year-old Brittany Cabay throwing punches at nearby guests until she was picked up and body slammed into the ground.
Oh, god damn it.
My god. She would suffer from a severe head injury that would cause her to lose consciousness. And during the chaos, her boyfriend Zachary would reportedly pick
And now even the kids are getting in on it.
up a chair, hurl it into the crowd, then
oh my god, look, a chair! No, throwing a chair is a guaranteed brawl breaking out. That's what happens in... No, the Boondocks made a joke about that, where have you ever seen how whenever a chair is thrown, that's when brothers start fighting? And that's what happened in the later in that episode. That's what happened after Granddad accidentally killed Stinkmeaner in their fight. And then Riley sold tickets to that fight, and they were expecting a fight as opposed to a murder, and everyone wanted their money back. So Riley decided to throw a chair so that he wouldn't have to give back the money, and so everyone started fighting each other.
Slip and knock himself unconscious, joining his girlfriend in the astral plane.
Astral plane.
Just baking in the sun. You think that the standard...
My first duty belt from my water park security job. Really?
Equipment for a security guard at a water park would be a radio and maybe hand...
There's no way that you would need all of this. I mean, stranger things have happened. Now, why don't they have this kind of equipment for Waffle Houses, if Waffle Houses get like that?
Cuffs. Yet online, security guards are posting photos of their handguns before their shifts at water parks. Okay, I don't know. Shooting rounds in the water. This has turned water parks...
What? Okay, that's just a meme.
Security guards into the laughing stock of the profession, with others showing off their over-the-top...
No, just got the job at the water park. How's my equipment? Does it deter threats?
Loadouts.
No, this just looks like a meme. This looks like a shit post.
In 2022, deputies were called to...
Look, Harris County teens arrested for assaulting security officer at water park, even with all those weapons. And oh, look at this. This Miranda Cosgrove look-alike smiling because they clearly don't give a shit.
Hurricane Harbor Splashtown Park regarding a group
and then this guy looks like that they're trying not to smile.
Of teens who refused to leave after being asked. During their arrest, a teen jumped on the deputy's back. Nearby security guards tried to step in and help, but that only drew the teen's attention to them. As the security guard began to assist, a teen girl punched them in the head while the other teens bit them on the arm. Eventually, all the teens would be arrested and charged with resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. As soon as a girl bit me right here, I fucking take her upper her mouth and I just like fucking Kong breaking that dinosaur's joke.
And wait for the parents to say that you're abusing their kid.
I do one of those. A girl hit me. She'd be like, no. I take my baton and I do it.
Oh no!
Right through her sternum. I say, just test me. Just test me. And she's probably got poop on her teeth. Everything we've heard about today about water parks, she's got probably shit teeth, like a zombie attack. I know I only have so much time before I turn myself. I'm gonna take as many of you down with me as I can. And then, yeah, I'd fucking rain hell on everybody.
The gun comes out. I'm killing innocents at this point.
Jesus.
Lord of mercy.
Also, that line, my God, I'm killing innocents. I'm killing innocents at this point. Bystanders. People just, yeah, whatever.
Did you say bystanders instead of bystanders?
All right, dude. Many water parks deal with serial poopers or peers in their water.
I can see it.
However, one park dealt with a serial peer who liked to piss on the rocks in the sauna room.
But it was so bad we had a pee log in the break room. How the hell does that even happen?
To fill it with steamed urine.
Oh, I thought... Oh no, it's a log as in like a journal type log. I thought that was like a log of pee, and I'm like, how the hell does that happen?
At another water park, a lifeguard reported watching a man squat and lay a steam coil 20 feet
oh my fuck
from the bathroom.
Stare me in the eyes from across the pool and lay a steamy shit right on the pavement.
He direct eye
okay, now that's just a bitch move.
Contact with them. A man recalled that
oh hell no.
His younger brother used to go to the shallow end of his local pool and scoop up pieces of poop in a styrofoam cup to get free hot dogs from concession stands.
I never worked in one, but back in the day, my little brother and his friends used to go around and collect shit from the shallow end of the pool with styrofoam cups. They were doing it for free hot dogs at the concession stand. Oh my lord. That's absurd. I mean, some people gotta do the jobs that others don't want to do. Sanitation is important.
What kind of deal is this? For every styrofoam cup of poopy fill, you get one free Coney dog. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I guess that, you know what, that kind of rules, though. Clean up the pool, get the pool.
No, if that were up to me, give me actual money so I can spend it on literally anything else.
Poo out,
Get a hot dog.
get a free hot dog. But see, that causes more poop in the pool. That's the catch-22 of the whole situation. At a water park in Texas, new life.
I was told that if I needed to pee, I would simply jump into the water to relieve myself because the chemicals would simply kill anything, except that's not how it works. Because pee is already sterile, technically.
Guards were encouraged during their training to jump into the pool to pee rather than waste time finding a bathroom.
I'm telling you, anybody who's like a water animal or something,
What do you mean a water animal?
Water animal. Fish, frogs, reptiles, amphibians, sea mammals.
What does that mean? You mean someone who's just like an avid swimmer or something?
Yeah, some, like sports.
Oh, you're saying because your buddies that do the pole? Yeah, I'm sure they piss
So
this in the
polo.
They encourage it.
I just think it's disgusting.
It is.
I mean, you know, and when they are not fishing poop out of the water,
More like
park staff
Freaky
are constantly
River, am I
catching people
right?
having sex. It's extreme.
Oh, and also in the wave pool, two massively fat people just molded together up against the wall and discreetly started banging. Clearly wasn't too discreet since I saw them. I only worked there one summer, but I could go on with the stories.
It's common for people of all ages, including teens, to be caught in the act at a water park. It does.
I mean, I'd expect teens to want to do it, but I'm just saying. Some people just need to learn something called standards.
Doesn't matter if it's in the lazy river
Don't put Monster in your water bottle.
or the
Well,
wave pool. People will literally do it anywhere because they're fucking savages.
Did you see that old video of that one woman looking at the lifeguard who was doing this?
the most attentive and thorough lifeguard I've ever seen.
Scanning, and she thought she was like some kind of robot or alien. That was like a big conspiracy. Was that like aliens were at the water parks?
If that was a big conspiracy, then how come I didn't know about it? Are you kidding me?
God, dude.
They say it's to keep you
When the lifeguards take their job really seriously.
alert. So you're scanning the pool, and also
I don't ever recall any lifeguards at the pools nearby ever doing that.
so you don't fall asleep. They say like it's a technique, like
I have seen so many lifeguards.
All I see is they walk back and forth across the edges of the pool or sit in the tower.
Sleep at their post. Because the thing, it's the perfect. Because they wear the glasses and they'll sit there. There's this one guy that was like this. His glasses on. You could just tell he was like. Also looks.
I don't know.
It's comfy up in those big wooden chairs. Little umbrella over here in the shade. Nice breeze coming in. Especially on a water park too. A little bit of water, just kind of the mist hitting you. I'd be out. Like. Also, can you imagine me? Can you imagine me being a lifeguard? Big fat ass.
Oh lord. I mean, I've seen a few plus-sized lifeguards, specifically female ones.
I would just be like, just use my body to try to propel yourself up, and I'll just float down to the bottom. If you've ever gone down a water
Fell out of the. Oh no.
slide, then you'll know that there are tons of signs and warnings for a good reason. Looking at some of those slides found at
And this is at.
water park.
This looks like that it's either inside of a tube or at
It
night.
was a miracle that they were ever approved. Action Park.
Remembering Action Park. That was what it was. Yes, this one. And it was Disney. Yes, Action Park was Jackass meets Disneyland for East Coasters. Booze, bare butts, and broken bones. This was the park that I was thinking of. This was the one that Queso looked at.
Park is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous amusement water parks ever to open. For starters, the park featured an attraction.
Yes, it was this one. There, it's coming back to me now.
Tarzan Swing, which let guests swing off a platform into a large pool. While it might sound harmless, it was anything but. On more than one occasion, guests would hold onto the rope too long and launch themselves into the pool's concrete wall.
Oh,
Guests also regularly dislodged
flippin' A.
dislocated their shoulders from the rope due to excessive torque during the swings, and pool itself was spring-fed, making it incredibly cold. This actually led to one person having
some people went through, like, what was it? What's the...
a heart attack and dying after going to shock from hitting the wall.
Yes, the shock. What is it called? It's not cryostatic, something like that. Some sort of temperature-based shock. I don't remember what the technical term was.
If rope swings aren't your thing, you could go down the Cannonball Loop water slide. The slide was a 50-foot long metal tube with a fully enclosed...
Oh, this. Oh my god, and I think I remember people getting, like, stuck in these. Like...
loop at the bottom. Riders at the top would have to be hosed down, otherwise there'd be too much friction and they would get trapped at either the top or bottom of the loop.
Yes.
Complete darkness. And most of those who rode it came back out bruised and bloodied.
Yes.
According to a former employee, the owner, Gene Mulvihill, would pay them $100 just to test ride the slide to make sure it was safe.
Yeah, and then they were losing money having to pay for all these, like, medical bills and stuff, yet somehow they were able to stay afloat for as long as they did.
$100, kid, are you down? After it was open, it was shut down permanently due to a high number of injuries and maintenance needs. Many parents online have discussed how nerve-wracking it is to take their young child to a water park on account of how many potential injuries can occur.
But they went there anyway.
Unfortunate kids have ended up seriously injured due to either recklessness or pure misfortune. One 14-year-old was left seriously injured after being sucked into a water park drain in Funtown Water Park in Crystal Beach, Texas.
Oh,
the teenager had been
sucked into water drain after possible dare gone wrong.
Messing around with his friends, and at one point he had randomly decided to pick up a large grate attached to the drain.
Oh my god. And they didn't properly secure that
in one of the park pools. Why? I don't know. County sheriffs believe that he
may have been a possible dare.
He did this as some sort of dare. As soon as he lifted it up, he slipped and fell inside the suction from the drain and
god damn it,
began holding him underwater. His friends rushed to alert staff members who turned off the pump, hoping it would release the suction, but it continued pulling him down, and he was eventually forced out of the drain, but was hospitalized due to the internal injuries he suffered. No legal action has ever been publicized about the disaster, so who knows? Maybe they paid him out of pocket.
Show the image of the crab getting sucked into the pipe.
Oh no.
Water pressure scared.
Sounds like a Final Destination thing.
Yeah. I think water slides are scary. I mean, like, I'm claustrophobic. I tell you, like, as a kid, I don't know how I did it. Those water slides are fucking... I mean, it's insane. I'm freaked out by water slides now. I can't do it. The more you look into water parks, the more archaic they seem. From the people, the sanitation, and the endless risk to your physical safety, it's hard to imagine not feeling at least a little nervous attending one. There's truly no telling what can happen.
Whoa. That's a lot of people.
When you enter a place like that. So, if you find yourself going to a water park for whatever reason, be prepared for the dangers that lurk above and below the water. And for the love of God, go to the doctor after.
Or at the very least, take a shower.
Do a general checkup when you're done.
Also, wipe your butt.
Wipe your butt and go pee in a toilet. Go poop in a toilet.
I would always go to the bathroom if I needed to.
The love of God. And wipe your ass.
But it's so cold.
Ooh, it's cold.
What's cold?
Make me warm.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I almost saw my friend die in a...
You almost...
river? Canal. We were at the canal. There's like 20 kids. And this guy's like the most athletic kid I know. He swam out, and then he's like, help! I watched and did nothing. But luckily there was a better swimmer who got him and saved him. We thought he was joking.
That's a fascinating story.
Use wet wipes too. Worry. Dude wipes, as they're called.
We'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye!
Very well, then. So, the next time you want to go to a water park, just be weary of the dangers that lurk within and without. Yeah. I did want to look at this video on Wednesday, but we didn't have the time to. But, yeah. Alright. We might have time for, like, one more thing if anyone has anything at all. I do have at least one other thing that we could look at just as a real quickie. But, if anyone has any other... If anyone has a thing that they wanted to look at just real quick. Okay, it was this one. Because I had this video... There's this one video about the shrinking of Jupiter's Great Red Spot. And then there's this one video about the Dead Bart creepypasta that I was going to look at on Wednesday, but we ran out of time. I might save that one for something else. I'm more interested in the one about Jupiter. Who is Mohawk Man? Wait, is that a video recommendation, or is that like a legitimate question? Because I don't really know the answer to that. Or are you talking about the guy that was talking, you love space? I love space. Oh my god. Well, Glock has decided for me. We will take a look at this. This will probably be the last thing that we investigate. Oh, yes. It's Lantern Jack, in case you were wondering. Let's see. They also have a video about a Hittite version of the Trojan War. Why are historians rewriting the history of Sparta? What's the new evidence? Plato's Republic. Summary and full explanation of Western philosophy's most important book. So yeah, they make Lantern Jack seems to make videos about ancient Greece, in case if that's what you were wondering. Mysterious and mythical. Alright. Well, since Glock said I love space, we'll take a look at this video by What If about how we are alive to watch the solar system's greatest storm die. That being the Great Red Spot, which back in the day, it was 4 times the size of Earth. But these days, it's been getting smaller and smaller.
The Great Red Spot of Jupiter is one of the most iconic features in our solar system.
Yep. So much so that we learn about it in school, that it's Jupiter's defining feature.
Your grandkids will likely
Yep, and this is what it looks like now. Feel old yet?
never see it. It's a planet-sized storm that's been raging up to 350 years.
Space is awesome. Yeah, I had a book about space as well.
Longer than the United States has been a country.
Oh, is that how long it's been a thing? When did we first start, like, taking pictures of Jupiter?
Astronomers...
So this has been raging for over 300 years.
Far back
I thought it...
as the 1660s look...
No, I thought this storm lasted thousands of years, but apparently it's not that old.
Up and observed it. Your grandparents saw it illustrated in school textbooks.
Yeah.
You and your generation have seen the incredibly detailed images of the iconic red spot taken by NASA's Juno spacecraft. It seems permanent, and
yeah, it seems like
in as
it.
few as 20 years, it could be gone forever. But this video, it's not about Jupiter's great red spot.
Oh, is it not?
Disappearing. But
it is, but is it about Neptune's great blue spot that pops up every now and then?
We're gonna go much, much deeper than that. Because Jupiter's spot, yeah, it isn't the only thing in our universe disappearing. Things get much, much worse.
Are we talking about the possibility of the star Betelgeuse going supernova? Because people have been saying that oh, Betelgeuse is gonna go supernova like literally any day. I mean, granted, knowing just how far away Betelgeuse is and knowing how long it takes for its light to reach us, it's probably already gone supernova, but the light of the supernova has yet to reach us. The magnetic pull of Jupiter is 20,000 times that of Earth's, I see.
Jupiter is an awe-inspiring monster.
It's the largest planet in the solar system, so yeah.
A planet of extremes. Don't agree? Well, here are 5 mind-blowing facts about Jupiter. Number 1, Jupiter is 2.5 times the mass of all the other planets in the solar system combined.
That is pretty impressive. That would technically make it very dense, too.
Yeah, the next biggest planet, Saturn, is only 1/3 of Jupiter's mass.
Damn.
2, you can fit 1,300 of our tiny
The light we see is over 100 years old.
Earths inside
Is Betelgeuse 100 light years away?
this gas giant.
I thought it would be further than that.
Yeah, it's in
I mean, it takes 8 minutes for the sun's light to reach us.
internal volume is 1,400,000,000.
Jupiter, the giant. Da 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 da. Da 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 bum bum ba dum ba 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 dum.
And 30 trillion cubic kilometers.
He is the bringer of jollity.
Number 3, had it grabbed just 13 more Jupiters worth
Oh, if it was 13 times bigger, it would be a star.
of material, it could have been a star. Yeah, it's composed mainly of hydrogen and
Yeah.
helium, just like the sun. In an alternate reality,
Yeah, this would be a dual system.
we'd be living in a binary star system. Some say that's the inspiration for the double sun on Tatooine on Star Wars.
Yeah. Although, whether or not a system like this would be able to support life is unknown, just to say the least.
Not a lot of people, but almost no one actually.
The failed star, perhaps.
Me mostly. Number 4, it's got the largest ocean in the solar system.
It's a large. I'm assuming it's a large ocean of methane, though.
Except
Technically, there were things that were smaller than Pluto.
it's not
In terms of dwarf planets, the smallest dwarf planet is Ceres, that exists within the asteroid belt.
made of water. Pressure deep in Jupiter's atmosphere compresses its gases.
But nobody ever talks about the other dwarf planets. The only one that everyone talks about is Pluto, even though there are plenty of other dwarf planets that are bigger than Pluto.
Into liquid, so you get an
Yes, the density causes it to liquefy.
ocean of liquid hydrogen.
Oh, like
And
that.
its core, yeah, also liquid hydrogen.
Kepler may be a replica of Earth in the Goldilocks zone of its host sun.
Except at those pressures, it becomes metallic and starts conducting current. And 5, Jupiter spins 28 times faster than Earth.
But given its size, it probably wouldn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, at its equator, it's spinning around at 43,000 kilometers per hour.
How fast does the Earth spin? I don't remember.
That's 28,000 miles per hour. One day on Jupiter lasts 10 Earth hours.
Actually, that is pretty fast.
The behemoth that can hold 1,300 Earths is spinning faster than any other planet in the solar system.
Jupiter is certainly an anomaly. Apparently, I remember learning that most other star systems, the biggest planet is always closest to its host star. But our solar system is an anomaly.
So, yeah, Jupiter, it's a planet of extremes. So, it makes sense that it should play host to the most extreme storm humanity has ever seen.
Yeah.
The Great Red Spot, a massive high-pressure storm that could swallow Earth. Winds
And there's several smaller storms, but this one is the one that everyone knows about. Yeah, that's pretty much when it happened. The reason why it got demoted to quote-unquote dwarf planet is because we found a bunch of other similar-sized things throughout the Kuiper Belt. Pluto is part of the Kuiper Belt. And specifically, it's the dwarf planet known as Eris, named after the Roman goddess of discord that was responsible for dethroning Pluto. But nobody ever talks about Eris. Then there's also 2 other dwarf planets that exist in the Kuiper Belt, known as Haumea and Makemake, both of which are named after, I think, Polynesian deities. And then there's Ceres, which is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt that's grouped together with 3 other large asteroids named after some other goddesses. They're Vesta, Juno, and Pallas. But those 3 are technically just very, very big asteroids, and Ceres is the only one in the asteroid belt that's considered a dwarf planet.
Exceeding 640 kilometers per hour, tear around its edges. On Earth, cyclones form around columns of air that rise because of low pressure. Much rarer are anticyclones that form around columns of air being forced down by high pressure zones. The Great Red Spot is a gigantic anticyclone, rotating counterclockwise once every 6 days. And like I said, it produces winds that howl at speeds close to 700 kilometers per hour. Put that in perspective, the fastest
over twice as
cyclonic wind ever recorded on Earth was Tropical Cyclone Olivia, with speeds topping out at 408
twice as fast as the strongest cyclones
kilometers per hour. As a matter of fact, the winds in the Great Red Spot are so powerful that gases above it are hotter than anywhere else on Jupiter, heated by the energy of acoustic waves caused by the extreme turbulence of the storm.
So speaking of Uranus and Neptune, apparently we're wrong about what Neptune actually is.
So what's been keeping it going for all these years?
Well, its massive size, perhaps.
Now, one factor is the Coriolis effect.
Yeah, that too.
On Jupiter, like on Earth,
we also more recently discovered rogue planets free drifting in space, right?
The atmosphere at the equator,
like Planet 9, Nibiru,
is traveling much faster than the atmosphere near the poles.
Yeah.
The Coriolis effect happens when slow-moving air moves down from the poles or fast-moving air moves up from the equator. When these air masses move at different speeds through each other, they curve and together create a circular motion.
Yep.
Jupiter's distinct bands of atmosphere flow in opposite directions near the equator. And
right.
The Great Red Spot is like
it happens to be pretty close to that.
A ball trapped between.
Well, yeah, the rings are Saturn's defining feature.
2 opposite currents, acting like huge conveyor belts, spinning the atmosphere between them.
And that's generally how cyclones form.
This position between these pervasive countercurrents, it drives the Great Red Spot's longevity. The Great Red
Mars bars
spot is currently
we call them Milky Ways here.
16,350 kilometers wide. That's about 1.3 times the width of Earth.
I thought it was 4 times.
The flyby
but I guess I must have been mistaken.
Measurements by NASA's Juno spacecraft have mapped it to over 350 kilometers deep. But the Great Red Spot is changing. It was once far bigger. At its peak, when scientists were observing it in the 1800s, it was estimated to be 48,280 kilometers wide, which is over 3
Mercury is a pretty small planet.
Times the width of Earth. Even its color has changed.
Yeah, it's gotten lighter.
Over the years, it's displayed a constantly mutating.
Yeah, Venus. On Venus, it rains sulfuric acid.
Mix of deep reds, fiery oranges, and even a light beige. And it's been shrinking for decades, and that's showing no signs of stopping.
Yep.
Recent observations show that the spot was once more elongated and is now more circular. It's a sign that it's losing structure, not just size.
Oh, it's gotten redder, apparently. I thought it was getting paler, but those images, unless those were color corrected.
This may have already happened once before. In 1665, the astronomer Cassini observed and documented what he called a permanent spot on Jupiter.
Permanent spot, and it's going away.
Tracked it for decades, but after that, Cassini's spot on Jupiter wasn't definitively recorded again until 1831. That's 166 years later. Some modern researchers now believe that Cassini's spot...
Oh, he's talking about a different one.
...was probably a completely different storm. A massive weather system like the Great Red Spot, but one that eventually collapsed and dissipated. But think about what that means. A storm, many times the size of Earth, a storm that had been raging long enough for a 17th century astronomer to name it permanent.
Oh, or maybe he is talking about the red spot.
Vanished.
Oh, okay, now I'm just confused.
Silently between observations. No one noticed it was gone. No one knew another storm had taken its place. We've got an entire gap in our understanding of Jupiter's history that we'll never be able to fill. And Jupiter's not the only place
Yeah, Neptune has great blue spots occasionally.
that this has happened. A great dark spot was observed
Dark spot, right?
on Neptune in 1989, and it vanished suddenly before the next scheduled observation in 1994. Yeah, it was gone in just 5 years. And we've lost any knowledge or science that we could have derived from it. We've got no idea what we could have learned from it.
Yeah.
You might say, what's the big deal? The Great Red Spot is just some storm on Jupiter. If it was gone today or was never there to begin with, makes no difference to us on Earth, right?
The thing is, we have this image in our head that Jupiter has always had this red spot, even though it's only been there apparently for just a few hundred years.
Well, not quite. Actually, not by a long shot. So, what have we learned from the Great Red Spot that a generation born after, say, 2080 might never be able to confirm for themselves?
The tighter a storm gets, the stronger it gets before it dissipates.
So-
Oh, yeah, they tend to. I think we took a look at one video or something like that about some storms where when one storm died out, it ended up reigniting later.
Well, we've unlocked the mystery of Jupiter's deep cloud structure and 3 different cloud layers through infrared spectroscopy, enabled by the atmospheric thinning effect at the heart of the Great Red Spot. Knowledge that's key to understanding gas giants. Studying the Great Red Spot has given scientists some of the most detailed data on how giant, long-lived vortex systems sustain themselves. And in practical terms for Earth, that research has fed into the wider field of geophysical fluid dynamics and
I have no idea how that works.
models of the oceans. On Earth, we study the Coriolis effect and how our planet's rotation shapes our weather patterns. Well, by studying the Great Red Spot and the Coriolis effect,
Hurricanes and tornadoes do. Yeah. I know that whenever there's a tornado outbreak, the same storm can produce multiple tornadoes throughout its lifespan.
at the extreme scale and
And I guess the same thing could apply to like cyclones and stuff.
speed of Jupiter, scientists have confirmed and refined its understanding of the phenomena. And there are real-world applications of this on Earth, potentially even saving lives. Understanding how the Great Red Spot sustains itself against surrounding turbulence
Okay, I understand what he's going for here.
gave scientists the theoretical tools to study atmospheric blocking on Earth. Oh, what's atmospheric blocking? It's when large, high-pressure systems get stuck in one place, and that lack of movement in the atmosphere can cause heat waves and
I see.
cold spells. That blocking research now directly informs real decisions. When blocking is predicted weeks in advance, governments issue heat warning.
Oh yeah, there was a heat wave like a week or two ago, and I guess the pressure was very, very high at that point.
Farmers adjust harvests, and food security modelers flag the risk of simultaneous crop failures across multiple
Okay, I see why studying the red spot is that important.
continents. Without those food security warnings, one unlucky set of blocking events could cut global food production by 3% in a single year.
That might not sound like a lot, but there's 8 billion people on this planet.
And that's millions of tons of food absent from the global food supply.
Yeah.
This isn't a hypothetical. There are things that we understand right now about Jupiter that future generations just won't be able to replicate. Data window is closing. And
So we're gonna take what we can get, huh?
here's where this process challenges how we think about the universe. Because Jupiter's Great Red Spot isn't the only thing disappearing.
Is that so?
Scientific evidence is being erased on a grand scale. And in most cases, we don't even know what's being lost. Because the disappearance of the Great Red Spot is just a mini version of what's happening all over the universe. universe.
Many different great red spots.
To the entire universe itself. Now, we think that there's a permanence to the universe, and since
Not
our
quite.
lifespan is so short, and the lifespan of the universe is so incredibly long, it's not unreasonable to feel that the universe is just always going to be here. Geological time is a little closer to us than cosmic time spans, and
Yeah.
even that manages to completely fool us.
I mean, the universe, at least according to the mainstream models, is about 13.8 billion years old. And a billion is a lot bigger of a number than you'd think. I remember seeing some comment somewhere, I don't remember the context, but someone mentioned saying that a million seconds is like a few days or so, but a billion seconds is a few years, and that's how much a billion is compared to a million.
We look at mountains and rivers and oceans and think, this must have always been this way.
Not really. No.
Even the continents were, cosmically speaking, very recently all fused together in a big landmass called Pangea.
It's the Earth usually goes through cycles of supercontinents. They'll break apart, then come back, then break apart and come back.
So, like the Great Red Spot, the universe as we know it is changing. It's winding down, it's expanding, it's spreading out, and disappearing. And this expansion is accelerating. Galaxies are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. We already see vast swaths of empty space with absolutely nothing in them between clusters of galaxies. Think about a civilization that could evolve 2 trillion years from now. They would have an entirely different view of the universe. As they evolve,
But Jupiter acts as a garbage disposal shield of space junk that otherwise would have crashed on Earth.
to the point
Yeah.
of having telescopes and pointing them and getting some science
The laws of physics might be different in other parts of the universe.
from the stars, they would see a few merged galaxies from their local group and nothing else.
I mean, do we know that Andromeda and the Milky Way are likely going to converge at some point in the very far future?
No matter how big
But obviously we're not going to live to see that.
they built their telescopes, they'd find nothing beyond their immediate neighborhood. It would be an immense nothingness with no observable phenomena. Given that there would be nothing there, they might not even try to find anything way out there. They'd have no scientific reason to believe there would be anything to find. Their cosmology would be fundamentally missing something, and there'd be no way for them to correct it. And this universal disappearing act has happened before. Certain high-energy cosmic events we now observe in distant galaxies are showing us
The discovered cotton candy gas planet's lighter than it. Oh, you just reminded me of that one nebula where scientists have determined that nebula's gases, if you were to take a sample of it, would smell like raspberries and rum.
echo of the
I don't remember which nebula it was, though.
universe as it was billions of years ago. A universe that no longer exists.
Are we talking about, like, the Big Bounce?
We can observe residual phenomena for clues, but we can only guess at the original events. Like the cosmic microwave background radiation.
Yeah, this is cosmic microwave background is supposed to be remnants of the Big Bang. And when you see static on a television, it's also part of the cosmic microwave background.
That's our clearest evidence of the Big Bang, is redshifting as its energy is diluted. As it gets fainter, future civilizations will have a harder time detecting it. Eventually, effectively, it'll be gone. Civilizations formed after that would have no evidence that the Big Bang ever happened. They'd have a universe-sized hole in their science. So, where does that leave us? We can't stop the Great Red Spot from fading.
Well, the thing is, we have all the data regarding it, so whatever future generations would come by, they'll say, you see, back in those days, Jupiter had this great big red spot, but it has since faded.
We can't slow the expansion of the universe. There's nothing we can do. Except for one thing. You see, we didn't evolve 2 trillion years from now. We evolved here in this narrow window of cosmic time, a time when the Earth is old enough to have formed complex chemistry and life.
Yep.
But the universe is young enough that evidence of its history is still visible. We evolved at just the right time to map 2 trillion galaxies and to detect the echo of the Big Bang and to pinpoint the origins of the universe. We're here to observe stars being born in nebulae that won't exist in a million years. And closer to home, we observe and study a 350-year-old storm on a planet 600 million kilometers away at a time when we are technologically evolved enough to understand what it means.
Yeah, and once... That's so cool. Yeah, and then, yeah, even if this storm disappears, who's to say that another storm can't form right afterwards?
The civilization that will come after us, if and when they will appear, they'll inherit a quieter, darker, less legible universe. They'll do extraordinary science with what they have, but they won't have what we have. Your grandkids may never see the great red spot in the night sky. That's a real
Faint radio signals are essentially photons. Yeah.
possibility, and that's a huge loss. Think about every civilization that has risen and fallen, leaving monuments to their achievements that we study today. Eventually, everything we do today, every bit of science we achieve and archive, will become that for future generations.
Oh, essentially. Essentially, then continuous
We're
waves.
privileged, and we need to embrace the moment. You can still see the Great Red Spot, not in a textbook, not in a historical archive, but by just looking up at the night sky. Tonight,
Yeah, I know that earlier, either this month or last month, Jupiter and Venus can be seen right now.
you can point a telescope at Jupiter and watch a storm that's been churning since before modern science existed. You might spot something and write it down and help toward a new discovery.
I had a telescope at some point. I think we might still have it. I wanted to sell it because I didn't have any need for it, but I don't know what we did with it.
Or you can look right at a mysterious weather system that's drawn our imaginations to the planets for generations. A planet-sized anticyclone, sometimes 1 billion kilometers away, that has shown scientists how weather works on other worlds and on our own. And weather on other planets doesn't just stop at extreme storms.
Yeah.
Some planets are so bizarre, so disturbing, that it's possible for there to be rain made of rubies.
Yeah. I think scientists discovered this one planet that was made entirely of diamond, I think. But if we were to harvest all that, then those diamonds would be worthless.
Diamonds instead of water.
Yeah, like that.
But that's a story for another What If.
Ranking the most disturbing planets ever discovered, including one that suspiciously looks like an eye, but yeah. Alright, well, we learned quite a bit about what's going on Jupiter and how it relates to the wider universe as we know it. So, yeah, maybe when when our grandkids grow up, we'll tell them the story of Jupiter's great red spot, the mightiest storm in the solar system, and how it was once a most powerful force to be reckoned with, until it had vanished. Alrighty then. Alright, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the stream tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, for joining, and thank you for the love and support for my new model and stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to do some improvements on it. I already mentioned I want the tie to sway on its own. I want the suit to be a little bigger, and I want to fix the chest puffing here, which making the suit wider will definitely fix it. And then I'll ask for some little accessories, like a hat. So was it a boater hat and a fedora? Yeah, we're gonna get this look down, and I'm gonna make sure that it's good enough. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back Monday to continue Stardew Valley, so take care.